It's Friday, fuckers. Welcome to Shatteredcast Uncut. And joining us this evening, the man who runs the interwebs, Greg for Mercy.
It's only a masterpiece if it says Takara on the box.
Toy reviewer and all-round rap god, Bobby Skullface.
Fans Toys apologist.
The genius reviewer behind $69.99 toys, Justin T2RX6.
I break my toys on purpose just so this guy will speak to me.
Meme master of wieners and farts, Robert D.
Man, what'd you break this time, Robert?
Sponsored by Bob's Bait and Tackle Shop, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. And we won't be doing Hasbro news because I'm your third-party elitist host of Zefticon.
If it wasn't for Hasbro, you wouldn't have third party anyway, Lenny.
So put on your big boy pants and send all of the special snowflakes out of the room because it's time for your favorite podcast. Shatteredcast Uncut.
Welcome to Shatteredcast Uncut, episode 170. This is Robert D., your impromptu host. Hey, everybody. Episode 170, as I just said. And we got almost a full gaggle of gangsters in the house. Unfortunately, Leonard can't be with us because his balls are in a jar. I know we
honest.
have...
He committed suicide.
His balls are in my mouth.
His balls are in my mouth.
Balls are in my mouth. So I know we have our introductions in our introduction, but I don't know. I want to spice things up and have another introduction for our introduction. So we'll start with the one, the only, Mr. Matthew Baldwin.
Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing?
T-Painin'.
I'm not T-Pain. God damn it.
And I love him. All right. Coming up right behind him as usual is Greg from Mercy. Hi, hello, sir. How are you?
Matt needs to take that blue pill and get out of the Matrix. That's all I'm saying.
And almost coming up in the rear, we have the smartest man in the whole entire universe is Justin T2RX6.
Yo, that's all I've got. Just yo.
But can Justin really can Justin tell why kids love the cinnamony crunchy taste?
I cannot.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I cannot. But I do love it myself for unknown reasons. I have no clue.
In case no one knew, Justin actually moonlights as a Scooby-Doo villain.
Would have got away with it too if it wasn't for this meddling podcast.
Nicely done.
It's old man T2RX6 that owns a haunted third-party factory.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Your fucking last review. What did you do? Was it
Pink Assassin.
Which was it? No, before the Tripticon when you're like, this is your T2RX6 with a guilt trip review.
Oh yep, that was Tripticon. Bringing you another guilt trip review.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to have to ask you to relax, man.
Speaking of relaxing, this man may have a cup of coffee in his hand, but he is definitely chilling. It is...
Fuck you, Bobby.
Bobby, fuck you, fuck face, skull face.
What's going on?
Any interesting stories for us, Bobby?
You know what? I actually have one for today, and I can't. Oh, my dog got out.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So my wife.
Oh yeah, blame it on her.
Right. Like she's just very like she always has. God bless her. There's a very laissez-faire attitude about the dog, whereas like me, I'm like, we cannot let this dog out because this dog is a fucking lunatic. And
this dog will hump everything.
So like if I even just like if I go across the street to like have a beer with a buddy, like I'm crating the dog because like he'll just sit at the window and bark, or
Great dog.
You know, and if the door's not secure, he's getting out. So she went outside to get Jana from the bus stop, I think, and I heard him upstairs, and then she ended up having a conversation with the lady across the street, and then I heard all of a sudden I hear the dog going crazy and like running crazy, and then it stops. And I was like, And I went upstairs, and sure as shit, she was dragging him back in the house. But he went right, like my dog is very cool with people, no problems, and like, you know, unless you're coming in unannounced, of course. But like,
unless your name is Tyler F.
That too. Well, he just, I mean, he wanted to be a little extra cool with Tyler F. If you know what I mean. He was just
Rape dog.
He was just trying to assert his dominance.
Rape dog.
Anyway, he's cool with people, but there was a dog across the street, and he went right for him. I mean, didn't get him.
Wait. So your wife's a sort of therapist, right?
Yep. Physical.
And your dog's a sort of the rapist?
Right. Coincidence?
Where
Coincidence?
are you going with this?
I think not. But yeah, it's fine. Everything was crisis averted, but we're leaving for vacation. What's today? Tuesday? We leave on Thursday, and I cannot wait, dude. I need to get away so bad. I just need a decompression moment.
You know things are bad when Bobby is looking forward to going to the beach.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
You ever watch Arrested? No one ever watched it. Greg, you ever watch Arrested Development?
Yes.
Remember what's his face? He was an analyst and a therapist, and on his card it said analrapist.
Yeah. Well, when Kit, right before I moved up here, Kit was coming down to see me in North Carolina, and we went to this little place called Cape Fear Wine and Beer in Wilmington, and we took a weekend in Wilmington, and a weekend in the week. It was a Monday and Tuesday, not Saturday and Sunday. And apparently on Monday, their special was a steak and a massage with a licensed massage therapist. But whoever wrote it on the chalkboard behind the bar got interrupted while writing it in cursive. So you got a steak, a side, and 20 minutes with a rapist. So like it ever since then, like yeah.
Hey, when you're in North Carolina, you take your shirt off and twist it like a helicopter?
I did. That was the shit when it came out, man. I was living in Raleigh when that came out.
Damn,
I bet you that was big down there.
Yeah, and like speaking of Wilmington, I had this band that used to always play from Wilmington. That was their opening music when they came out on stage. So like even after the fact, I used to hear that. I heard that shit for years afterwards.
I'll still listen to that song. It's a good song.
What was I gonna? Shit, I forgot. I had a question. Oh, Greg, are you excited about Saturday, Mac?
Oh, the Star Wars?
Yeah.
I already showed you that one preview.
Dude.
Celebration.
Oh, I thought you were about Wednesday, the Transformer 5 new trailer. All right.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, man, that Ray looks good. Like,
Guys,
I was looking at it, I was like, I can't believe that's a fucking. That looks like a high-end collectible.
Yeah,
And
I know.
Sure enough, you're like, is that a Hasbro vehicle with a Mafex Ray on it?
Yep. I said that. I did say
You did
that.
say that. You did.
I did.
Man, I
Fuck
hope we
Star
get
Wars.
I hope we get a Hayden Christensen 10-inch Legacy figure.
He's at Celebration this year, which
I know. I saw that first time since
I
2002.
thought that was a little interesting.
It needs some money, man.
I hope it's a 23-inch figure, and it's a 10-inch Anakin and a 13-inch Jar Jar Binks that he's riding on his back.
No. You should be a 10-inch Anakin and a 13-pound bag of sand.
Because he hates sand.
Well, you know why, Matt.
It gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
I just don't like it. Sounds like Cody.
Sounds like Cody a little bit.
All right.
Shout out to the tight pants, Cody.
All right.
I'll be honest, man. Did anybody watch Realm of Collectors or Enter the Realm this week?
I haven't.
I missed it.
I haven't queued to listen to while I'm driving to the beach.
I watched a little bit of it today at work. There wasn't anything else on, so I put that on. And no, I'm kidding. I'm a little jealous of Dustmite's 10-inch
Pecker?
child Anakin. Yeah, he's got this 10-inch fucking
Might be his
episode
cat.
1. I got distracted. Sorry, that thing popped up, Justin. That you do have to hit it every 15-20 minutes. It's like a 10-inch like young Anakin.
Like episode 2 or episode 1, Anakin?
No, like
Are you an
episode 1.
angel?
Like
Wow.
it's creepy as fuck. You gotta watch. You gotta watch the YouTube video.
Chucky?
Dude,
Now that's what I call pod racing.
I want to talk any of the realm. If any of the Realm of Collector guys are listening, let me tell you what I want from you guys. I want a half-hour segment, just half hour, not too much.
Talking about Bobby.
Of Dust talking in the sea spray impression to just talking as Ace Milo. Just a conversation and call it like Ace Spray or something, and like just a combination. Dude, Dust did this shit where he was doing this impersonation of Sea Spray, getting mad at the Fans Toy Sea Spray, how he did, or maybe it was a Toy World Sea Spray, how he didn't sign off on the likeness of it. That shit had me fucking rolling. I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't sign off on this shit. But he does a pretty good impression of it.
He does.
So, speaking of rocking and rolling, let's rock and roll on to what did we get this week? Matthew, what did you get?
I got absolutely nothing, but
what did you sell?
I did sell some stuff, and I did order a lot of stuff today. And I got to spend the day with my mother. I took her to the doctor's, and we had lunch together, and we talked about a lot of stuff, and I felt really good. And I'm glad I got to do that on my mom's day. Shout out to Mama Da. Anyways, and but I did not get anything today. But I did sell some stuff, and I will get some stuff next week. So. Shout out to Hanny. Anyway.
Shout out to HannyCon. Next up, Greg, what did you get, sir?
Well, I got Masterpiece Megatron.
Yay!
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, seriously, shut the fuck up. And I got.
Greg, it's not that he's bad. It's just everyone's just guessing it, you know. So you're like, okay, it's like telling you how great a movie is, and then you're the last person to watch the fucking movie. Robert, did I tell you to be the last person to watch the movie? No, I wasn't, Greg. So shut the fuck up, Robert. Okay, thanks. Move on.
Actually, it's funny. It's kind of vice versa for me. It's like there's so many people fucking shitting on it, and they're shitting on it. Most of them are like it's like it's like picking them off. It's like there's a whole crowd of fucking people, and there's someone going around the edge of the crowd handing out fucking MP36 Megatrons, and every time somebody gets one, they just disappear. And like their shit posts get smaller and smaller and smaller, but there's a new one every fucking day.
So what else did you get, Greg?
I took a risk. I got KFC Ditka. He's got some spacing issues in the ratchets and the hips and knees. Yeah. Mostly the knees. I summoned Keith in a TFW thread 30 fucking times, like Final Fantasy 15, and he was responding. No, he's like my summon. He's like my elemental now, and he's like.
I bet he listens.
He doesn't show up every battle though.
He doesn't show up every battle. It's like just
certain he nitpicks. He nitpicks a lot of them.
Well, Justin's played Final Fantasy 50, so he gets it. Yeah, it's like when you're really down and out, and you're low on HP, and you're running out of options. All of a sudden, you get that summon Keith button. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on. We're testing out some new ratchets, and they'll be available soon." So
pre-order.
Well, yeah, but with provider. But actually, to be fair, the whole reason I went with Ditko is because I plan on getting not provider.
Octane.
Strato Tanker or whatever, because I plan on getting that. Well, I was thinking about getting that, and I wanted him to match.
I was starting to worry that Strato Tanker is not coming because I really would like to pick him up. So,
so he said that it'll be available there, but I think you can get him if you don't get that too.
Yeah,
you can get parts from Keith. That's one thing he's really good about getting parts out. So.
Let me ask you this really quick. Wasn't the word on the street that he said before this releasing? Isn't it right before Ditka went on sale? He said he had a new factory and everything. Is that true?
Well, he was talking about
like a QC staff or something.
He was talking about Hoist and Trailbreaker, that they were the first of this new regime.
So Ditka can go fuck himself.
Because that was my question. Well, I mean, how long do you think? I mean, this thing's been in production. I mean, they don't crank these things out in 2 days. I mean, it was probably, I don't know. But that was my question. I mean, I think I asked that. I think I said that last week. I was like, do you think Ditka's going to be a part of that? But
hey, Greg, do you think Dick is on par with his recent releases, like the Junkions and?
Materials, yes. Tolerances on all the friction joints and stuff, yes. Sculpt, yes. The same amount of paint and stuff you would expect on a KFC release, whatever. The plastic's great. Like, it's not the best in the world, but it's sturdy. Like, it's like you're not worried about breaking anything.
Okay.
I hate the fucking hands. I don't like the hands. I put some Future on them, though. I haven't actually put Future on these hands before because I've been worried about them breaking.
Wait, hold on.
Are they individually articulated?
Yeah, they're the KFC hands, of
I
course.
fucking hate those hands.
But they're actually a little better with a Future. They're not floppy. Well, yeah, that's not going to fucking change, man. That's the way it's going to be from here on out with that company. But he looks fucking great. The issue is, and people are like, oh, it's a floppy piece of shit. Like, of course, the people reading the comments. He's just got the ratchets with the there's just wide teeth, and he's got a lot of weight on his back. Like, this is a heavy figure. This is like 1.5 pounds figure. And he's got a lot of weight on his back in robot mode. And normally it wouldn't be an issue. And you can get him to stand up. Like, you can get him to stand fine. Like, people that are like, he absolutely won't stand. I mean, that's exaggerating. He'll stand, but it's not like you have to, like, work with it. And
Put him in front of Devastator.
And that's unfortunate. But the issue is the space. And I talked to you. I've messaged you about this, Justin, privately, trying to come up with a solution. It's the spacing in between the teeth and the ratchets, and normally it affects a figure in and out, not front and back. You know what I mean? Normally you have to. It's like straight up and down or an A stance, like jazz. Like people are complaining about Make Toys jazz, but in this case it affects front and back, not out in and out. And you can get him in like dynamic stances, and he actually stands really well in those. But how often? I mean, do you think of Blitzwing as a character that?
Yeah,
really,
super
like,
dynamic, yeah.
It hits these like action poses. So I mean, I don't regret it. I know I can get rid of him if I need to. I'm gonna wait and see because I think he looks good. I don't really care a lot about Blitzwing, so at the same time, like, he's fine. But I'll probably pick up the KFC. I'll probably pick up the Fans Toys one as well. I think I like him better overall than I did Gewalt. Just as far as appearance and presentation and blah, 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 and tolerances and that sort of stuff. It's just those knees. And it's not necessarily bad quality as it is just... I mean, I guess it could be, but it's just shitty hardware, as Bobby would say. But anyway.
I got you.
Anything else?
Bobby, what were you going to say?
I appreciate your perspective.
Hey, a side note. I just wanted to throw out there because we're talking about the KFC hands.
Breaking news?
At NJCC, at every chance I got, I took that Rekgar's hands and showed the true awesomeness, the impressiveness of the KFC
true.
hands. And every time I came back, someone had fixed them.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean, you were pinching his nipples?
No, I made him look like he got
turned
his
him into
hands horribly broken.
Some sort of palsy.
Yeah, I had him pinch his own nipples, and I think Hung put him back.
Yeah, he's probably trying to move some units. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you gotta give him
The better way to
benefit of
move
the
a
doubt.
unit is pinch some nipples.
Benefit of the doubt, man. You gotta sell some shit, man.
Well, he clearly needs to pinch some nipples.
Pinching
Bobby,
nipples shows articulation. That's all I'm saying.
You said you appreciate my input, so something's up. So what do you? I mean, what is your...
Yeah, I heard it too.
No, I do. Like, I really do. Like you know how?
He thinks you're wrong.
I mean, was anything I said? I mean, because you had a test shot, right?
Well, that's the. It's funny, man. Like, okay, so I guess I'll put this out there. Like, we have talked. Shattercast has talked privately about doing like little bonus episodes.
Oh, Patreon, yeah.
No, for free. Just uploading them and having like little discussions, like if something were to be noteworthy, just a little side note that would be like a half hour, 45 minutes. And like I would love to have that conversation with you about Ditka. So I looked at the test shot, yes, and I just reviewed the real figure today.
Oh, nice.
And I hate it.
I hear you.
But everything you said, I agree with. Like I truly agree with. I think that Like I almost wish in real life, like I almost wish you like lived next door and were here when I was looking through it, and I could have had like a rational discussion about it with you, because I that figure made me more frustrated than I've been in a long time.
But it's not the transformation.
No,
that shit's straightforward. The modes all look decent, right?
Yes. The yes, I agree.
It's just the plastic.
Yeah, no, it's the hardware. I
Yeah.
actually like that's why when you said it's the hardware, as Bobby would say, it's funny because in my review I was like, the hardware fucking sucks. It's
Yeah.
like that's a quote.
But like the tolerances, like it's not like past KFC figures that flop all over the place. I mean, the situation's kind of ironic, but like the shoulders and shit, or the bicep swivel and
the elbow,
the hip swivel and the elbow. Yeah, it's smooth. It's well toleranced. It feels quality.
It's just the hips and knees.
Yep, it's the hips and knees, and it's just because of the play in the ratchets. And if there was a way to tighten those ratchets up a little bit, like some teeny tiny washers. I don't think they make washers that small though, for this application, like Justin Sport Max or Metrobucks Fix. Like it could be better.
And
so did I waste my money? Shit.
You never know until you. I mean, you know, like one man's trash, another man's treasure, Matt. You know what I mean?
I probably love it.
Well, the main problem, I think we both agree, Bobby and I, is the hips and the knees, and Keith is working on a fix for that,
which is good,
which is unnecessary as fuck. But at the same time, at least it's coming. So no, I don't think you wasted your. If you like the way he looks, I don't think you wasted your money.
I'll tell you this too. Side note, minor complaint. I hate the yellow helmet. Like, not that the helmet is yellow. I just hate the way the yellow helmet looks. Like, I hate, like, it looks so plain, so to speak.
It looks like a candy. It looks like one of those all sorts.
Yeah.
It's like got sugar coating. But I mean, now it's going to bother me now that you said that. But
it's just something that irritated me on the test shot. It was actually like when I did my test shot review, which I submitted. That was one of the things I said. I said this helmet really could use like some paint, and it would set this fucking face off, you know. But
oh damn it! I should cancel my order.
Matt,
stop.
I'm just kidding. I'm not
Bobby said you collect trash.
It's not what I said. I did. Well, I think that is true to some extent, but that's not what I. But that's not what I was speaking about with Dicka.
Did you have issues with the little leg wings?
Yes. Yep.
Was one of yours like all right, and the other one kind of loose?
One of mine started off all right, and the other one was loose. But by the end of the review, they were both loose.
Oh, I got one that's a little loose. I put Future on it though, and it's mostly fine. Once again, I mean that's.
And they were both loose in the test shot as well. And actually, the test shot knees and hips, perfect.
I've heard that actually.
Wow.
I'm gonna blow up Bobby's bathroom when I go to Skullfest.
I mean,
with a bomb, or are you gonna take a shit? Which?
No, I'm gonna take a big ass shit, man.
5 hours, so it's gonna happen.
He's never gonna make it there, so don't worry, Bobby.
Well, hey,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a topper.
Why don't you find all the people that have the test shots, and have them send us all the test shots, and then we'll take them apart and just transplant the fucking hips and knees into our figures. Cause
no shit. Like but yeah, anyway, like that's like the Dicka conversation is. I think you and I could have a good conversation about that figure. That would be like a good sideshow if we.
So we could have one, Bobby?
Maybe when you get it, Matt. We could.
I'm gonna take a topper. I'm gonna drop a deuce on your topper.
Robert's like the guy at school. Where, like,
yeah, I am.
Like that wasn't like it wasn't a dig. It was just like we can't have. Obviously, Matt and I can't have a conversation about Dicko, and Matt doesn't have Dicko.
God damn it!
What else you get, Greg?
So, would our conversation be a good sideshow or a hot toy?
Oh, I guess it depends on how it ends.
Oh, definitely a hot toy.
That's it. That's all I got.
No Star Wars figures, nothing.
Not made out of money. I'm pretty poor. I've just got a lot of pre-orders in at one time. Jeez. No, I did actually. I got the HEAC I got the AT-AC Target exclusive. I didn't even realize until fucking 2 days after I bought it. It's just that goddamn Short Trooper molded in white. But I got the Black Series.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's the hover tank pilot, right? It's just the hover tank. It's not.
No, it's the AT-AC pilot. It's the AT-ACT.
Right, but I'm saying it's not the Shore Trooper helmet, like the Scarif Trooper helmet or anything.
It's straight up the Scarif Trooper molded in white with a couple of Imperial logos on it.
Wait, all right, hold up, because I have that figure.
Oh shit!
I got it as well. But no, I'm wondering if you got like some old special shit, because mine is definitely the hover tank pilot.
All of them look like that, and I've got it side by side with my Short Troopers. Because actually, I bought 2 of them because I got old Cody one because he's always looking for Star Wars figures, and he actually already got it. And I asked my buddy at work if he wanted it, and he was like, "Oh, I already have a couple of those." And I was like, "They just came out," and he was like, "Oh." He's like, "That's not the Short Trooper?" And then I looked at it, and I'm like, "You son of a bitch!"
Wow, that's very crazy to me.
That's cray.
Because I
bought one crazy. Hold on, I don't have one on hand because it's at work. But let me look it up on the internet.
I think it's the same sculpt as that Naboo canoe that Bobby has. You know, if you had a fucking burglar, you'd be better off rather than pulling out a gun. Just grab that fucking spaceship and charge.
Dude, I cannot wait until I get this Transformer display the way I want it. It's going to be massive.
Well, while Greg is researching or whatnot, since we'll go out of order, since you already discussed that you got your hands on and obtained Ditka, Bobby, why don't you tell us what else you got or got a chance to look at?
I had the opportunity to look at Transformers. I'm sorry, the DX9 Bombardier Skyer.
Yes.
And I also had the chance to look at Unique Toys, Skullcruncher and Hardhead Legends, and Brainstorm and Mindwipe, all courtesy of Ace. Real
I can hear the joy in your voice.
No, I'll tell you, like the Brainstorm and Mindwipe, fucking money. Like those are awesome figures. Those are a lot.
You like Skullcruncher?
Huh?
What about Skullcruncher?
Of the 4, he is my least favorite.
Wow, he's actually my favorite articulation-wise. Really?
There you go. Different strokes.
Different. Some people like trash, I guess.
I guess I do because that's all my collection is.
I also had the opportunity to look at KFC's Dicka, and I see.
What'd you think of that, Bobby?
I don't care for it. I actually, if I could swap, if I could get a hold of that test shot and swap the head from the finished version to the test shot, I'd be happy with that. NECA.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself here.
I got the NECA TMNT 1/4 scale Raphael.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
And he's fucking awesome. Wow. And I got from Prince Formers. They're like a
rest in peace.
No, PRINT.
Oh,
it didn't come with a Raspberry Beret.
They
Cyber Song.
They're like a European, like garage kit making folks, and they sent me some upgrade kit for Masterpiece Hot Rod. I had the opportunity to. They sent to me to keep. It's just it changes the proportions of the legs, which isn't a big deal for me, but I guess it's a big deal for some.
So I assume your review is basically talking about that and saying, well, that's not the problem with this figure. It's the fucking chest.
That is mentioned. That is mentioned.
Of course, Bobby B's gonna shit on a figure.
And I got.
What?
And I got Masterpiece Megatron.
Oh, how do you like that piece of shit?
Which I like a lot. And I got Star Wars. I got the Rogue One TIE Striker, the 3 3/4 TIE Striker, which I wasn't going to get because it was $40 fucking, but they had it at Walmart for 50% off, and I was like, "Yep,
Which one's the TIE Striker?
It's like a TIE fighter, except it has like little like spearhead wings on the side of it.
Ah.
It looks cool.
Is it like 10 feet long and 30 feet high?
No. It is deceivingly big though, so to speak.
Yeah, you said that a couple times in here. If you look in the Skype chat, I am posting the photos of that shit. I just have to pull this one up.
Oh.
My internet is being slow. You see a back view.
Oh, it's Spaceball head.
Here we go. And then...
God damn.
Dude, that is a white gorilla, man. I'm just saying.
Bobby was polling podcasts. Listen to whatever podcast, 20 of them Bobby was on this week. And he asked everyone, was that a white gorilla? Did you see a white gorilla in the War of the Apes? Is that a white fucking gorilla?
Well, and now looking at these pictures, I noticed they reused the fucking blaster. That was the one thing that stood out to me. I didn't notice it was the exact same figure cast in fucking white, but I noticed it was the same gun.
I gotta see this picture. I'm waiting for it to show up because, I feel like I need to go down and take a picture of mine and show you that mine is not that.
Oh, you got to swap. You got that special. You got that Bobby P exclusive.
It's like a Scarlet Witch in his box, and he's like, "This looks great."
No, it was like one of those movies where like there was this team of like 30 people like working for 6 months to get that shit just right. Like as you rounded the corner of the toy aisle, someone was like, "Whoop," and like rolled underneath the aisle.
Dude, I'm waiting for this picture to load. I'm getting very concerned. Justin, what'd you get this week or did we already?
Oh, there you go, Bobby. Just fucking hamstring me.
Somebody's
Under the bus.
I can't believe we're trying to move the show on. I'm going to make it real quick. I got Greg's contact shot. That's all I got.
Aww. How do you like it?
I like him a lot.
Was that the one?
Okay, wait. You get it.
You know what's
before
funny?
and
Is, you know what's
why you
funny
sold it.
is I try to stay on top of the G3. It's more challenging than not sometimes. I wish, I don't know how you guys is the messenger, but like it'll say 20 plus messages. So like I'll click the 20 plus, but it only scrolls up like a few of them. So then I got to scroll to find it. And sometimes I just don't have the time. But
I thumb up down an inch for like 3 seconds.
I saw Greg like say something about like something was happening in that chat about selling the contact shot. I saw Greg say something like, "Yeah, well, mine fell in the toilet, so."
Oh, yeah.
And in my head, I was like, that's kind of foul. I guess I'm not gonna say anything. but like I was kind of like, man, like I'm not. That's not cool, man. And now to know that it was like a joke. So it just makes me feel a lot better, both about Greg and about the sale.
Yeah, no, I bought it from Greg, and I was curious why he wanted to sell it, because I liked it, so I wasn't sure. I was like, what is it that made you want to sell it? Because, Greg tries a whole bunch of different things, so I wanted to know what the deal was, and it was pretty much, he didn't like whatever Chrome Dome and Hardhead, and, like, I understand that. Like, if you don't like those two, then here's another toy that goes on that scale that may or may not make sense. And the other thing is I was looking at it because I rearranged my office a whole bunch the other day. And I was looking, I'm like, this is probably the only, the two headmasters and the only target master character that I'm going to end up getting in this scale. Just watch. They just won't make the rest. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, there's a knockoff Chrome Dome coming. And I think they're going to do Hardhead next. So if I can get them for, I think the Chinese price is $50 or so. I'd spend $50 on a straight up copy. I can't spend $150 though. Like that was just like, well, was it last week? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I got that. I got the Chrome Dome. And I got weak, and I bought one because I was afraid I wouldn't get another one. And then I opened them up. I was like, I was on the show when I opened them, and I was like, man, I really don't like this figure.
So basically, what's going to happen? People are going to visit Justin, check out his office, and they're going to walk through the door and go, "You smell shit. I smell shit."
Sorry, this was in Greg's toilet.
That's Ohio shit. That's fine.
So sitting in Greg's toilet, they're like, for mercy.
You know that guy? Everybody knows that guy.
All right, so everybody else went. What did I get?
You get fucktard.
I got the Unique Toys Mind Wipe and Brainstorm, which are my least favorite of the releases so far that have come out. Yeah, I mean, Mind Wipe's cool. He's got pretty good articulation. Brainstorm is. I see what it is. I don't like the feet, man. Just like on Weird Wolf, I don't like those feet, Bobby. I don't know if you saw.
I hear you, but that transformation is so fucking cool to me. It's fun. I think that those two figures are especially fun.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Legends stuff. They're fun.
Yeah, I don't find most of them fun. To be fair, I found these two specifically to be.
You gotta be honest too.
There you go. Right? I'm trying to agree with you, and you just. All right, and then I got DX9 Skyer, which I love, and so does Bobby.
That's not true.
I just need to know what the actual toy is. Who is?
Yeah, I know.
It's a Legends class
Swoop.
G Swoop.
Okay.
I thought about. I need to order them 3 too.
I asked Bobby what he didn't like about him. He's just like, "You'll see." No problem I have with this guy is, and I can't blame it. It's he doesn't have a waist swivel, but I'm thinking maybe Bobby missed some articulation in his review.
He doesn't have a waist swivel. Like the hip panels scratch up against the abdomen when you go to move him forward.
What?
The joints aren't toleranced well, like especially the wings parts that you have to fold forward. Like
I think you know what happened. You got annoyed because his missile kept falling out, and then you gave up on liking him.
Not true. None of those.
Sounds like a lot of Bobby's relationships. Robert.
None of those things are true. I just think
that's why he's always so mean to Adam.
It's funny. I got a.
He didn't deny it either.
I got that from Ace to take it, and I hit him up, and he was like, "What do you think of him?" And I was like,
Speak an Ace voice.
No, I can't do it. I'll feel judged. I was like, these are cool. I love this. I don't love this. And I was like, and I don't like this swoop. And he was like, did you? And his first question was, did you like the other two? And I was like, man, I don't even want to answer this because I know what that question means. What that question means, like what's not being said in that delicate dance is,
are you a dick?
Is if he liked the other two and he doesn't like this, then it says something about this. But if he didn't like the other two and then he didn't like this, then he's just not. This is just not for him, etc. So the truth is, I did like the other two, and he was like, "Fuck," and I was like, "But he hated Willis, and I love Willis." So
What you
talking about, Willis?
I got you there. All right. Damn. Next up, I got Mastermaid Scorponok, and Bobby shat all over him.
I didn't shit all over him.
I know. I agree with you. Like, I don't want to see the stuff that disappoints me with the figure, but you have to be honest with yourself. And the stuff you pointed out as being shortcomings, they're there,
Goddamn Headmaster's a fucking shortcoming.
Goddamn.
You know what's weird is those joints on the Headmaster are very loose, but he holds every pose, which is very weird. I don't know if you played around with him because you didn't show any pictures of him in any crazy poses. But
no, because he won't stand.
So if it's one of your little waterhead babies, that's okay. But if it's Ditka, it's a piece of shit.
Fuck yeah!
Is that what it is there, Robert?
No, I couldn't get him to stand. I couldn't get him to stand up.
Someone fell. Anyway, so yeah, Mastermaid Scorponok, and next up I got
God.
I got Perfect Effect Gorira, which I think people are split on that guy. I don't think Greg was a fan of the weight, but he doesn't really have any diecast in him. But I think it's the most solidly built Perfect Effect figure. But that's not true because Warden was solid too. But Warden was a bitch to transform.
Yeah, that's not what I said at all, and you got it completely backwards. Like, I was disappointed because like I was willing to give him a pass on that Leonidas that I didn't care for because Warden was fucking awesome. The only thing wrong with Warden was he wasn't masterpiece scale, but I mean, he wasn't supposed to be, and at the time, we were still grasping at straws. I was disappointed about Leonidas, but he's not bad, and the weight doesn't bother me. He's hollow in places. What I said was he's hollow, but he has to be for the way he transforms. But you pick him up and you shake him, and it just, I'm not saying that's normal every day. Well, you don't usually pick up your toys, you shake them. But to see what I mean, you pick them up, and everything, it's fucking people love that toy. But he does the same thing that Ditka does. It just, unfortunately, those knees and hips work in a different way than Guerrero's fucking arms and whatnot work. But it's the same thing. There's too much play there. There's too much play, and it doesn't feel. And a lot of my paint, there's a lot of paint on it, but there's a lot of overspray.
Dude, that's weird. I mean, yeah, I see the overspray now that you're mentioning it, but the joints are kind of tight, so I wonder which is the norm. I would assume, you're only as good as your worst release, and if you got a faulty unit, that sucks. But I'm happy mine is pretty solid.
I don't dislike him, and I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't feel like he's up to perfect effects. It's I almost said something that could be taken as stereotyping.
You hate gorillas. We get it. Bobby doesn't like you anymore now.
He got a B plus, but I think he got a B minus, but I think he could have gotten an A plus. I expect more out of him. You know what I mean? I expect more out of the company.
I feel you. I can respect that.
Can you though? Can you respect anything? Really?
I do in my own way. And last but not least, Megatron.
Well, annoying.
Listen, whatever. Listen, you know what? He's good. He's great. But, I honestly, and it's my own opinion about what I like on my fucking shelf, not about what anyone else likes. So,
shut the fuck up, Robert.
Ultimate stupid for liking or disliking this figure is stupid, But I personally prefer Despotron over this. But this masterpiece Megatron works with the battle damage face and chest. Then all of the fucking mess on top of him next to his head and all the that it fits in with the battle damage. I'm not saying that to be shady. It's just it's a fucked up looking Megatron that can do all this crazy shit, and he still looks like a good Megatron all at the same time. So it's battle damaged Megatron for me. But in terms of standing him next to MP10, Despotron looks like it was made by that designer's fucking cousin, as opposed to this Megatron. It's just the evolution of masterpiece.
Don't you dare fucking besmirch the name of MP10 by saying it looks like it was designed by the same person who fucking designed Despotron. I think Despotron's a fine toy, but that motherfucker does not. Well, we already had this discussion. If you'd bother to show up to work once in a while, that motherfucker does not look like fucking Megatron. It looks like a silver robot man that just so happens to have a gun on his arm.
Let me tell you what. You know what?
It looks like Biggie Smalls wearing a fucking bucket on his head.
No. The one difference is I have his grimacing face, so it looks more Megatron in that face. I don't have that other fucking super pouty dumbass.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think personally, Masterpiece Megatron is my Megatron.
Damn right.
Attaboy.
But I think Apollyon looks the best with MP10.
Gross.
What an asshole.
Well, we were talking about how MP10 looks dated, so I guess
yeah. I do. I think that Apollyon and MP10 look great together.
You know what, Bobby? Another man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's a fact.
Hey, it's not spoilers, Bobby, because by the time this show goes up, your video will have been out. How do you like the hands on Megatron?
Hate them.
You hate the hands, really?
Yeah, but it's not the finger articulation or anything like that. I like the little thumb bit. I like that a lot. But my hands do have a tendency, as you're manipulating them, to work themselves out.
Oh well, yeah, because they're easy to removed so you can put the accessories
Right.
on.
I just wish they would have done it on the other side. Like you swapped it and had like an adapter for the other side.
That would that work with the transformation? Maybe. Oh, but that probably wouldn't have worked with alt mode though. Just the way that everything has to go together.
I'll tell you one thing though. One I feel is a legitimate gripe is the paint. Mine came out of the clamshell with some small paint chipping, to the point where I don't want to transform it. Not that I think I'll break it, because I think I'll probably break it, but that's not the reason why. It's if I do survive the transformation, I know he'll be chipped more. And that's one gripe I do have with this finish. It's so nice looking. It looks really, really nice. I like the gray. I don't have to have a silver Megatron, but the fact that it can come off so easily really bothers me. It's like listen, I would almost rather have the MP Shockwave, where they're not trying to purport a farce.
Well,
and say this has a great finish. That'll scratch off really easily. I know yours did. But
it's funny. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned Shockwave, because I thought about this when I was watching Bobby's little therapy session he put up Monday. I think it's funny. People were like, Shockwave didn't have any fucking paint on it. It's cheap. They need more paint. So, like, you have another transformation where shit's rubbing up on each other, and you've got to, like, contort it like you did Shockwave. He's not as complicated as Megatron, but there's still a lot of little pieces moving around. So then they put paint on there. People are like, where the fucking paint's rubbing you?
You know what I would have been good with Shockwave? You know that plastic that they use that plastic that they use for Megatron's diaper and like silencer and stuff. That it has those like metallic flecks in it. Like
that diaper's painted there, Mac.
Is it?
And the silencer's painted as well, because a lot of people were talking about like a lot of if you look inside of it, you can see there's paint rubbing off on the inside. People that took it apart to shave it are like, "Whoa, this motherfucker's painted."
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, but
I guess I do want it painted then.
Okay, just to bring it back, Despotron, I've transformed him half a dozen times, and he's got a beautiful finish. It's sparkly-ish, and not one chip of paint. And I'm not saying, oh, Despotron's better. I'm just saying, look, if you're gonna go this you're gonna make this beautiful figure. MP36 is beautiful. The movement, everything. He really is. Like, why? How come a third party can do this very strong finish, but you don't? Not that you can't. You don't. I mean, Fans Toys. It's like I was talking to Bobby about this. The paint when they have their finish, it's like a glaze. That shit doesn't come off.
Why? You know why? Because they didn't have to pay for the body and everything, because they stole it from Hasbro, so they could save money on that. So that's why they didn't do it.
That glaze that's on, if you look at the and I've only transformed that motherfucker once and never again, but if you look at that glaze finish that you're referring to on the purple on Galvatron, none of those parts have to rub on anything else. And I think if those had to rub and those had to move the way that Megatron does, I think those would chip all the fuck. But just the way it works, because that you don't find that on all of their figures. That same glaze quality, as you put it, isn't on all of their toys. Like, you look at the Grimlock, where those little pieces on the legs have to move around, like, that's not that same...
Okay, fine. I know you hate Fans Toys. I know, but what about Despotron? What about Despotron?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I got rid of that thing, I don't remember. I thought it was just plastic. Is it painted?
Yeah.
I thought it was just shiny plastic.
Things painted.
Yeah.
It's a. If this is.
Oh, that's right, because it scratched where that bar comes out of the chest. I had scratches on that. I remember that.
I mean, this guy. I don't know. And
so my question is to anyone who actually likes Megatron, though, the going rate is not cheap. It's like over 200. Is he worth that? Because I've looked at him like, yeah, I wouldn't mind checking him out and stuff like that. But I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't get him before he was 200.
Yeah, I think he's definitely worth the import price. From Greg got his through Amazon Japan. Definitely worth that price, and awesome to go with Amazon. Easy to work with and shit within reason. But 230 does seem a little steep. You know, the American market does seem a little steep for what he is.
Well, it's funny because we were going to save this for the show last week, and then the question never came back up. You asked me if I thought if the price he was going at the major retailers was worth it. And I was thinking about it, and because what do people overpay for Grapple or for Inferno? What do they pay, 140 something? Does anybody know off the top of their head? 139, 149?
I can look it
Yeah,
up.
139.
Like if you think that's worth 139,
No, I don't.
then I think Megatron's definitely worth the 230. If you think that, but I didn't pay that because I don't think any of these. I don't think third party shit's worth. I don't think most of these $200 figures are worth $200.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that like I'm sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just feel like the cutoff for me, and I think the reason I didn't pre-order this guy, well, I know I missed the pre-order, but I was kind of happy with Despotron and stuff at the time, and I'm like, I don't really need this thing. And I was like, like everything else, I'll be able to still get it later on, but like the fact that it's jumped up so much was not something I anticipated. Like I had anticipated him having like that 160-ish price for a domestic, Like I didn't even realize that Inferno is 139. Like that's ridiculous too. But I mean that's like I feel like I missed out at this point. But there's no way in hell I'm paying 230 for Megatron. Not that Megatron.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, my stance on that. I mean, like, if you're gonna buy a product, like they sell Oscar Mayer. How can I describe this?
Wieners?
They sell Oscar Mayer brand hot dogs at the Asian market that have been imported through Asia, and they're $7 a pack.
Talk about a hot dog.
I can go get a pack of Oscar Mayer wieners for $2.50 at Walmart. No, that's not really a good example because you guys probably don't go to the Asian market. I know Bobby doesn't.
What? No, I just don't think what you're saying. It's better.
Yeah. I think everybody understands your perspective, Greg. I really do, and I think that your perspective is dead on. I'm just saying if you compare some of these more recent masterpiece prices to their predecessors from the same retailer, the price is starting to seem disproportionate.
Yeah, and I feel like the joke's on me because when I did, like I said, when I was like, if the reviews look favorable on them, I'll pick them up later. Knowing I would pay like the BBTS price, like I haven't paid the BBTS price for a masterpiece since God knows when.
What?
Like I almost always get all my masterpieces pre-ordered. Like I order them through an actual Asian company and get them for way less than the regular retailers. And I guess it's like ignorance on my part that I didn't realize that masterpieces have been going up so much. But like you can't tell me that like I'm looking at BBTS right now. Like they have masterpiece Soundwave with 5 cassettes, 160, and you're telling me I'm getting more than that masterpiece Soundwave in Megatron.
Well, that's a Hasbro. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that Hasbro release, what was it? I mean, that's how much it was at Toys R Us, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's totally different because there's no import cost when I go to Toys R Us. But this is flat out Takara's Soundwave, a re-release that they have with 5 tapes.
Well, that's the Hasbro Asia. That's still the one with the yellow visor. Like that's just a re-release of the same one you got at Toys R Us. Yeah.
Well, let me just say this.
But I don't have the Takara. That's the one Hasbro masterpiece I still have is the Soundwave. So I don't know what the differences are. I mean, people have said it's the same thing, but you're gonna say that, so I don't know.
Let me just say this. There is a saying, I've said it before. Long after the price is forgotten, quality will be remembered.
Right.
And this Megatron, I'm not sitting here repeating to myself, feeling any type of angst that I spent $200 some odd on.
Neither am I.
It's so that means to me it's worth it.
Well, I think that you and I think Greg too, and Justin is very responsible, so he may be not in this boat, but I think we all, the three of us anyway, just kind of like we spend it, And if we like it, it's worth it. And if we don't, it's not. Like when I have to answer that question objectively in a review, I can be like, look, like, you know, if I was advising my like a child, like my child on their collecting, and they were like, do you think this is worth it? Like I'd be like, well, you know, no, I don't really think it's worth $230. But I spent my $230, and I don't give a fuck. But you know what I mean? Like, but I would have spent $250, and if I liked it, I liked it. You know, like that's just how I am.
That's how you spend your money?
Well, so MP10 was the Takara MP10 was how much?
Was it $1.89?
Who bought it?
You can get them right now for $219. This is the 3rd edition.
And so how much was the original? It was around the same price there, right?
I think it was like $200. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you break down that trailer and the roller, and you break that down into material, I mean, you compare that to the accessories that came with the Megatron, and then you're going to say, well, there's this. Well, then you break apart the parts count, because there's a lot of parts in Megatron.
Agreed.
There's a lot of parts. And, like, I mean, that's part of that cost. So I think on par with the original release of MP10, I think it's about fair. And then you look at Ultra Magnus, and you're like, well, Ultra Magnus is a bigger toy, but he's a bigger toy. He's simple. He's got a lot of hollow parts, and he came with a gun, and he came with Spike and Spike. Yeah, he came with an extra face. And, like, I think the amount of materials and work you get, I think you might actually get a little bit more with Megatron.
Well, let me add to what you're saying. You know, even putting aside parts count and stuff, whereas MP10 came with a trailer and shit, it was like a play set, it could be. Otherwise, it's just, you know, using it for a stage to stand some figures up on the back of your shelf or have Optimus stand in it. The accessories that came with this Megatron almost play like Hot Toys. You know, where like you can really change this fucker up and have him in some crazy scene, and with totally different poses, and you really utilize the accessories, not just like it's this gun, or it's this gun. Look at Ironhide with this gun or this one. This is really
Robert. I think we've used that enough this episode. They're gonna start.
Oh, you're gonna get a whole lot more.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for it. It was like when Oscar did the Japanese voice. I'm just. Yeah.
Oh,
I should do a Japanese version of that.
No,
but anyway,
don't. You may need to relax.
Sure, I got your Megatron, and you're not got that.
But yeah, I feel the accessories in this set really elevate it. I do think so. It's one of the first times I felt like an MP came with accessories that I want to keep to the side, but not put out of sight, out of mind, depending on how he's displayed, utilizing certain accessories. And that increases value for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I definitely can get a lot more, I don't want to say playability because I'm going to play with it, but posability with the damage parts or the blaster or the mace. The mace that's actually jointed so it doesn't just hang there. Then I would the trailer. Because the trailer, Bobby, you have figures standing on your trailer. That's a riser.
Used to.
You changed that up. What do you do?
Now I got there's too many G1 bots on that shelf now. So now my trailer just sits next to my review table, and it's just for when I have a masterpiece card to see if it'll fit in. That's it.
Does anybody else display their trailer?
I did for quite a while, and I got bored, so now it's a riser.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. I actually bought a loose trailer recently because I felt bad that my MP10 was in such sorry shape. Especially if they come out with a new one, I can sell it better for a trailer. But anyway, yeah, I sold the trailer because I never used it. I was just like, I need $60 for this. And I got $60 for it, and I bought another figure with it.
That's kind of cool, actually.
But with the Megatron, like I can see myself switching it up and using all these different accessories.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it's just you got to look at that. I don't think a lot of people. I'm not saying you guys. I'm just mean like the people who are like bitching on TFW, and I've actually been really active on TFW the last week. It's kind of good. There's all this conflict because it's broadening my horizon, so to speak. But a lot of the people that are bitching in the groups a lot of people bitching in the Facebook groups don't even have the fucking toy, and a lot of people bitching on TFW they don't think about that. They don't look at it like this isn't worth it. You got to think about what you're getting for your money versus the prior purchases, and I mean, I hear you. And if you're not in love with something like right off the bat, you're gonna come up with excuses. Or I don't want to say excuses. You're gonna come up with the reasons not to like it, and you're gonna make yourself not like it more.
But I think I'm really having a hard time recalling instances where people mentioned, "Oh, I opened the box and I was unimpressed." I mean, from what I recall, people are pretty impressed opening this box and beholding this figure and handling it. They just get frustrated later on, you know. But what was I going to say? One thing. If I can say one thing, I can't wait till Wei Jiang oversizes this guy. And they're gonna fix the proportions. I'm gonna give you the voice again.
There's nothing in the proportions to fix though. But I have to step away from the keyboard for a minute. So
okay, step away. I will say one thing while you're away. Great. Now you can't even defend it. I honestly feel, and one of the reasons.
Well, hold on. While I'm stepping away, just Bobby, I'm going to give you 7 "fuck you, Roberts." Can you just use those in the next 3 minutes?
I think I can pretty much predict your responses in general in regards to this sort of stuff.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Now, one of the reasons I prefer Despotron with my display, like where I have my Autobots with Optimus, I want Despotron there, is because Despotron looks like the Megatron that'll beat Optimus in hand-to-hand fighting, which he usually did. You know, the official Megatron. I mean, I'm not knocking this toy. I do love this toy. He doesn't look like he can beat Optimus in a fight because of the proportions. He looks like a skinny nerd who's wearing an expensive cosplay. You know, when it comes to his toughness.
Yeah, no. Well, you know, I had that discussion a little bit in that Masterpiece video I put out Monday, where I was like, you know, like, does it look like the cartoon? Yes. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Like, do they look good in the cartoon?
Yeah, but Bobby, I think he looked like this in the cartoon when they were doing the da-na-na shots and he's like up at an angle. But when he's fighting Optimus, he's, you know, bigger than Optimus.
Right. No, I hear you, but regardless. I
honestly don't think. See, I think this Megatron, the design of it is cartoony, but I don't think it is a perfect version of cartoon Megatron.
I don't think so either. But I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah, no, that's another thing why I like him, because he's almost a caricature of the cartoon Megatron.
Right. But I like the masterpieces that don't have the more literal cartoon look.
Yeah. And that's also why I like Despotron, because he's like a tough version caricature of Megatron. But
I get it. Look, you can't you can't. In my opinion, the 4 masterpiece Megatrons that are available, I would never tell anyone they were wrong for choosing what they chose.
You would just say you respect them?
No, like I think there are valid reasons for having any of the 4. Like if you're like, look, like I want this Make Toys Despotron because first of all, he's built like a fucking champ. And it looks like he would beat the shit out of anybody that stood in his way. I'm like, cool, got it. Or if they're like, look, I like this Apollyon because I think
there's more to that. There's more to that. He's also the cleanest, I think.
Because Apollyon looks like he can make little baby Megatrons between those hips.
I think that you're missing my point, Robert. Like I'm not trying to pick out every little thing. I'm just giving an example.
All right.
You know, if somebody was like, look, I like this Apollyon because, like, I think like from across the room the Apollyon is more striking. I'd be like, cool, I get it.
5 beers
they were
in,
like,
that Apollyon looks great.
Look, I like this Mitron because the Mitron has like just enough of the G1 look and just enough of the toy look where it does it for. I'm like, cool, get it, I get it. Like, or look, I like this fucking Takara Megatron because, you know, it looks like it walked out of the screen. As I remember, I'd be like, cool, I got it. Like, I think there's reasons. I think that all of the options are valid. I don't think it's like, look, when the next, and no disrespect, Justin, when the next fucking Sandstorm comes out, it's going to make this other Sandstorm obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's that way with Megatron. Like, I don't think that it renders the other ones meaningless. And that, in my opinion, is why this is such a heated moment right now in the fandom, because it's not a clear cut. Like, it all depends on your preference, because there's redeeming qualities. There's strong redeeming qualities in all four.
And so the other thing to kind of go with what you said, based on that, is when there is such strong redeeming qualities in things, like everybody has to argue to justify their own purchase, like in their own mind. You know, like nobody can just be like happy with like, I'm glad you like it. You know,
and that's insecurity.
Exactly,
So
and I would say that most of them have not manipulated and dealt with all four.
Yeah.
So they obviously think that theirs is the best choice because that's the one they have.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't want to be, you know, not just wrong, but it's like you already sunk your money in on this one. You don't want to. You got to justify reasons to not tempt yourself into the other one. You know.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I genuinely believe, and my gut is telling me that DX9s was rushed, and it really is like a cardboard cutout Megatron over a shit show. When you turn that guy to the side, I mean, even Apollyon's better than him. You know, I don't know. I mean, he looks great, but when you turn him to the side, he's not three-dimensionally good. If you turn any of these other Megatrons to the side, they don't just turn into hollow chunks of shit.
There's imperfections in all of them.
Why you gotta be like Iron Fist?
What? I don't even.
Can I interject something here?
Is Bobby being flat and one-dimensional?
He's like a yogi. He's like a yogi fighting with kung fu. I don't know what I'm saying.
Like Yogi Bear. Hey, boo boo.
This has been the longest intro.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is still the intro.
This is still the intro. I think we got to move some topics so we can actually get out of here sometime before tomorrow.
Well, there really aren't that many topics. The most topics are the fucking Hasbro stuff, so we might as well fill it in now. All right.
I feel like chapter 1 of this is just going to be called the intro discussion, because like that's just really what it was.
This show should be called the longest fucking intro ever. Oh my god. Okay, so
did you get anything else, Robert?
Oh my god, we really are. I thought you were fucking with me.
No, I saved the best for last. It was masterpiece.
Yeah, we got that part.
Made you chuckle. Okay, so moving along. Convention news. Hascon promo video.
Anybody
Watch out for this Prime run around the city and touch things.
Like, I love this promo video because they're like, there's been nothing like this before. Like, no shit, it's a fucking shit show with your, you know, like Magic the Gathering, Monopoly, Play-Doh.
Something is coming.
You laugh now, but when that dude shows up dressed like the fucking, Thimble.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That Thimble cosplay.
I'm totally cosplaying his Monopoly pieces here.
Well,
Yeah.
you
I think you
a
could be in good
rainbow?
shape.
Why is there like a lightning rainbow? I don't get it.
Let's go through the brands. We got
That's Rainbow Dash.
Transformers, My Little Pony, Magic the Gathering, Nerf, Monopoly, Play-Doh, Littlest Pet Shop,
Oh, dude.
Hanazuki. What the hell is that? And
Man, I bet
no G.I. Joe.
I bet you fucking Play-Doh is a big part of this shit. Like, Play-Doh probably rakes in money hand over fist.
It's probably one of their most successful lines.
No doubt.
And I'm not even being sarcastic.
Right.
It probably
Yeah.
is.
I agree.
All right. Anybody have anything else to say about this?
I just
was
I look forward to seeing what kind of coverage this gets, because legitimately, like, the fact that it's just like all these IPs put together, like I don't know. I'll be very interested to see how this turns out.
It's almost gonna be just like a toy fair, like New York Toy Fair,
Yeah.
where you just have different rooms, and it's gonna be a lot of small rooms, really. You know, I mean, it's just compartmentalized. That's what it's gonna be.
The thing that makes me, I guess, sad about this, and like I've never gone to a BotCon, and I don't really care to go to a BotCon, but I mean, I can't go anymore. But anyway, that said, like, I just feel like it doesn't really show love for any of the franchises. It's like feels like a half-assed attempt. Like, let's just throw them all together and try to grab some cash. So, I don't know.
Hey, Justin, what if I told you could almost go to a BotCon?
Pizza Robot Con or whatever?
Yeah.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
I think the cosplaying at this con, if there is cosplaying, which there should be, people online in their various cosplays, they're gonna, you're gonna have someone dressed up like fucking Rainbow Dash,
Dude,
and then you're gonna have fucking Bumblebee, and they're gonna look at each other.
I was just gonna say, this is a perfect convention for super big fat guys to cosplay. Just put on like a pink shirt and be like, dude, I'm Play-Doh.
Justin, that's insulting and inspiring all at the same time.
Play-Doh. This might actually like make people realize maybe they're nerds, and it's not cool to be a nerd because they're gonna look at the guy dressed up like fucking Rainbow Dash with like a functioning genitalia, and he's gonna be like, what a fucking nerd. And the Rainbow Dash guy is gonna look at Bumblebee guy and be like, what a douche. And they're gonna look at each other and mirror each other's souls and each other's eyes, and be like, oh, we suck. Let's stop buying this shit.
Well, before Robert ruins it, being a nerd's still cool until you get your Hail Hasbro mug or pint glass.
Oh yeah, we should sell that shit.
You're never too cool to be a nerd at the pool table.
Yeah, guys. Once this is gone, there's gonna be no more stock. Don't expect that fucking a year from now to be like, oh, I need another pint glass. I mean, you're done.
We don't do second runs here.
No, the only guy with the second runs is Matt. All right, that's after Raisin Brand.
It's actually funny though, because people do hit me up. They're like, I'll catch the next hoodie, and now they're like, you got any of those hoodies? You making any hoodies? They're like, no, I don't have any hoodies. I'm like, oh man, you should have got one before. Peon.
I wonder how much I could, if I got Bobby to wear my.
Shut the fuck up.
If I could get him to wear my Rock 5s, my hoodie.
Dude, as long as the fucking collar isn't worn out, I'll put it.
Greg, did you say peon or pia? I wasn't really sure which one you said.
Is it peon?
Oh, and here I thought Pia wanted to wear our merchandise.
Yeah.
So what gets me about this Hascon is are they gonna have like dealers like like BotCon did? I mean,
I can't
imagine.
Or
this is going to be promotion for their stuff.
I think it's going to be like a conference, like a Hasbro conference for the fans.
Well, see I think that's a slap in the. I mean, it's kind of a slap in the face to BotCon. Like I said, I've been to a couple BotCons and they were fun. I had good times. And you could find a lot of stuff you wanted to get. But with this
Just looking out of the window.
Come on, let him talk. He ain't talked all day.
No, I'm done. I'm good. I'm done.
Come on, Matt. Don't go.
No, I'm triggered.
Get out of the corner. Get out of the corner. Come to the light, Matt. Come to the light.
I just think it's kind of silly. This is just basically you can get on the internet and do this. You can look at all their stuff.
Right.
Why do you need to go to fly to fucking Rhode Island to see all this stuff? I don't know. I mean, I wish they would bring at least something back for BotCon. Have a Transformer convention, which they are going to have one for PCon, but something that fans really had fun. Something to go do. And have something 2 days out of the fucking year to have Transformers. All around you and just have a good time with fellow nerds. And for this, I don't think it's going to be anything like that. So I just it's kind of sad.
I like that Hasbro thinks so highly of their fans of all these franchises that they couldn't leave their fucking home state. They're like, yeah, everybody come to the smallest state in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what would be cool if they did the convention at their like corporate office or at the factory. That would be fucking cool. If they converted the whole shit, that would be a party.
Yeah, I would probably go. Like, just for the curiosity's sake of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to see what it was like on the inside, so to speak.
What if they did it at their favorite Waffle House on the way to work?
The problem with the factory thing, though, Robert?
Safety.
Children.
No. They just don't feel that many people are going to fly to Vietnam or China or wherever they're working out this time.
I thought they were doing some more stuff. Well, we did read a tidbit of news about a year ago where they were going to do more stuff in-house. Somehow, but I guess that just meant Vietnam.
That's their house in Vietnam.
Yeah,
that was MP
the noodle house. All right, so let's move it along. Third-party news.
I had a stupid joke, and then I forgot it. It was directed at the last thing Justin said, and Justin was going to laugh at it. It was one of those me and Justin kind of jokes, and now I forgot what it was.
That's a shame.
Well,
I'll think of it later.
GY Toys non-transforming Zarak.
When I look at my MP shelf, I'm like, I need a bunch of non-transforming headmasters on this shelf.
Well, that's actually really funny. That's the approach you two are taking, because last time we mentioned one of their products, everyone got excited. This is the smaller scale to go along with that non-transforming Fort Max piece that I think Robert liked.
I wasn't excited about that.
No, because I recall in the comments I thought it said it did not transform, and then you read in the comments that it did transform, at least the head or something.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was trying to read. Yeah, and you were excited about that.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't cool with it. I think it's bullshit. You can't fucking make this thing transform. Get the fuck out of here,
dude. You go like fucking Legend scale third party, and you're calling something bullshit.
Come on,
man.
Looking at this Zarak, okay. You put his head on his back, with his face on his back with some kind of little cover on top of it. You twist his waist around, you fold his feet on top of his chest, because they're now backwards, and you fold the arms straight, and you've got a head. You could make this thing transform so friggin' easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. Fuck them. It's bullshit. It's going to be, what, $25? Fuck them. Get the fuck out of here. Keep your shit. Next, DX9 Worn Pocket Seekers.
All right.
I'm excited for these.
Oh yeah, throw some robots and fucking Power Rangers poses and call it Chets. Yeah.
I love them.
Matt, you're super pumped for these, right?
Oh yeah. Them look fucking good. You know when Greg posted the first pictures of them, I thought it was an MP size.
Oh, I didn't post those pictures, but I commented on them.
Well, you post them in the G3. That's what I meant.
Oh,
I think these look good as well. I agree.
I think I'm gonna like the Iron Factory ones better, but I mean these do look good.
I'm gonna have to send you mine because I don't think Ace is sending you shit anymore.
No.
Did you hack it?
Did you
hack the other one?
The cone heads too. The cone heads look good too.
Yeah, I agree. I think these look great.
Did you hack it?
I actually think the cone heads look better than the regular Seekers.
That's fair.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if you look, okay, so look at the bot mode for the regular Seekers and like see how far back the head looks like it sits on there. That bothers me, and that's not a problem on the cone heads.
That's true. Good eye.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
As Bob would say in his Australian accent, good eye, mate.
I never have said
that. Is
bad.
That is a big gap there, Justin.
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe there's some piece that slides forward that they didn't do for the pictures because it wouldn't be the first time. But I mean, that sticks out to me a whole bunch on the Seekers.
Well, that sucks. Now I don't want them now. Thanks Justin.
You're welcome.
We'll get the Iron Factory ones.
No, yeah, I'm definitely getting the Iron Factory ones. But these look, I mean, I like the Seekers, so I mean,
the Iron Factory ones are more like Raptors.
Man, the jet modes look good. I could put these in jet mode, just not have to worry about the head.
You ruined it.
You're welcome.
Fuck.
He didn't ruin the jet mode. The jet modes look good.
Actually, I don't like jet modes either.
Why?
I don't like that piece under the cockpit, but that's just me.
I don't care.
It's an aesthetic thing for me. I mean, it's the same thing on the cone heads too, but for some reason, I don't know, the short nose on the actual Seekers, it bothers me more again than it does on the
Where's that eject button for Justin?
Yeah. Sorry.
Justin invented it. It doesn't work against him.
I like it. It looks good. I mean,
yeah, I think they look good.
Did you look at the other photos? There was more here, I see. Hold on.
Yeah, I did.
I'm going to the other set now.
The cone heads look good.
Top view of the Seekers, it makes like the head look so bad. So bad. Jeez, I didn't even see this picture. I just saw the first picture.
Oh, those cone heads look money.
I think they look good too.
Oh, Bobby's going Legends.
I like thrust. Thrust looks really good.
Fuck. Well, you like a good thrust.
Do on thrust. Is there a way to make the fucking null rays on the fucking arms or what?
What do you mean? What now?
Oh, because it's on his wings?
Oh yeah, there is. You can put.
No,
yeah,
they're on this
I was
arm.
just yeah. I see it now. I just saw the one picture and I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, yeah.
He looks better than the MP. You don't got no hockey pads on his knees.
He's not wearing hockey pads.
So because I don't remember, which one has the correct wings now? The official or the
MP. The downward wings is what he was in the cartoon.
So this is incorrect then, huh?
Correct.
Why did they do that?
Because it looks better.
It looks better, and I think it's harder to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's anatomically correct.
And they're using the same mold for all 6, so you know what I mean. Who really wants to be bothered, Robert? Am I right?
Am I right?
I mean, that's that. Like, you know what's interesting is like we should start rattling off the companies that haven't taken a shot at the Seekers because it's such a fucking piggy bank.
Yeah. Well, who hasn't?
Fans Project.
Yeah, Fans Project.
Well, Make Toys hasn't come out with them yet.
Coming.
Okay, coming or cumped?
Shut up, Robert.
Fans Toys has not.
Does Mastermind Creations count? They did the steampunk ones.
Yep,
that counts, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Impossible Toys didn't.
Impossible Toys.
Impossible Toys sure did.
They did? What did they do?
Tetrajets.
You know, I think you know it.
Oh,
I think
do those count?
In your heart, I think you know.
Called Bobby Bots.
What else? Who else has Unique Toys or DX? This is DX9, so DX9 has done it. Has Unique Toys? I mean, Unique Toys, DX9, same shit. But
all right, see that. So there you go. There, Mastermade Creation, Mastermade hasn't done it yet.
Wait, did you just call DX9 shit? Was that an official statement from Bobby Skullface? That DX9's a shit company?
Did I call him shit? I mean, I'm not a big.
He said with the shit.
You said the same shit. You said same shit.
Oh yeah, Unique Toys, DX9, same shit. Yeah, no, that wasn't me calling them shit. But I'll be honest, like DX9 is not my favorite company in the world. I'll put that out.
I was listening to what you said like a catty schoolgirl. I was like, oh shit. So they're taking a stab at it. Who else has done them? iGear.
Yeah, they definitely have done it.
Yeah, but they're gone, right?
Yeah, but they still did it.
Supposedly.
They did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Takara.
People are still going crazy over those knockoffs of the Hasbro mold or the Takara mold. So
TFC hasn't, but they were going to.
Well, they kind of did with the Superion.
Yeah, well, then that's the thing. One of the Superion was actually going to end up being was going to turn into one of the Seekers at one point.
Yeah, but then Dollar Tree was like, never mind.
And you have, Justin, that War for Cybertron, the Ironhide and Starscream. I forget what company that is.
Yeah.
Legends.
Who did that one?
It's a one and done almost. I mean, they haven't done anything since. It's just a War for Cybertron style, highly painted, very lightweight Legends.
Oh, the Shitstorm. The Shitstorm people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that too. The 2-pack of Ironhide and Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
like Snake Eyes.
They got a lot of paint on them. They're like, you huff them and you can get high on it.
Planet X is
made out of like rubber. What else?
Yeah.
You got Iron Factory.
Iron Factory's done them or doing
you said
them.
Planet X, you said, right? Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like, yeah, it's just easy money.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid not to do it.
Emery did them.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z.
I think Play With This Too is coming out with a set.
I think there was.
No, that's a fundraiser.
There were some rocket jets.
Weren't they doing one?
Play With This Dude did a set that didn't make their mark.
Wasn't one of them Starscream?
The Pretender, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Don't buy this too. All right, moving along. Let's move it along, good gentlemen.
I love when Robert laughs at his own jokes like that and he doesn't even finish the joke.
Guess what? I love it too. All right.
I think we've given Play With This 2 a hard time on this podcast, and I don't think it's always been warranted. But that being said, the funniest thing I've ever heard podcast in regards to Play With This 2 was, I think it was Robert, but it could have been Justin, called it Pass on This 2. And that shit is funny.
Would it be fair to say that we put out more Play With This 2 material than Play With This 2 has?
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking really like Rick. Like, I like that dude. Like, I've had a couple conversations. Yeah, I've had a couple conversations with him, and like, I really, really enjoy talking to him. Every time we mention Play With This 2, somebody tweets at us or comments something about it. But
listen, Bobby, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Okay.
No. It's not about that. I'm just saying it's not personal against that dude.
Exactly.
Yeah. Was Rick a huge part of that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was he like a big part? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I was
I never got that big, so he couldn't have been that big. All right, moving along. Hasbro news. So, what's going on with Celebration, Bobby?
It kicks off tomorrow.
Yay!
Did I share that in a private message with you, or share it? Post that where everyone can see it if you can. You can get to it.
Where the Ray thing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll forward it to the chat.
Let's look at some good toys for a minute.
Care Bear, share.
Dude, I think.
Are you on board now with the Chappelle shit, Robert?
Oh yeah, the Care Bear fucking stare. Listen, okay, might as well.
I know. Wait. Let me interject. Was it you? No, it was somebody on Toy Detox. It was Tyler, maybe. Yeah, it was Tyler. I agree that part did get hyped up beyond how good it was. I agree with that. But that stand-up, that one special, the one where he talks about his 2 ideas for superhero movies, and they end up being, like, one's about Donald Trump and one's about Bill Cosby. Like, that fucking stand-up is, that shit is on a different level.
But Bobby, it can't be now. It can't be now. It can't be. You've taken that away.
I sent it to the G3.
You've taken that away from me.
And have you watched the Louis C.K. one?
Not yet.
It's fucking awesome.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Sorry. Hey, I just want to say this. I just want to say this one bit. I said it on Nerd Rage too, but it's worth fucking repeating. It's just so goddamn funny to me, man. But he's talking about like his kids are reading like the Iliad and the Odyssey and like all this Greek mythology and all this shit, and they're asking him questions about Achilles. So then he like starts talking to the crowd. He's like, "Are you guys familiar with the story of Achilles?" He's like, "Well, the story is his mom, I don't know her name, and don't fucking shout it out if you know it. Clampampites. Nobody gives a shit." That shit had me dying. Clampampites.
Spoilers.
Do you guys like stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
There's a guy named Kyle Kincaid. Kincaid.
Oh, Kyle Kinane.
Kinane. Yeah, that's it. Do you know who he is?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw him. Yeah, he's from Chicago, and he's from like that scene. And we went and saw a band from Chicago, and he was like the opener. And I never heard of him before, but apparently he's done a lot with Comedy Central. But man, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Kyle Kinane.
So I've been listening to his records at work, and like none of the jokes we heard were on any of those records. So hopefully he's got like a new one coming out, because all the shit was about like Canada and like whatever. But yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
I gotta check it out.
That one where he's talking about, he's like, you know what? It's like I got a lot of friends and they're really tolerant about refugees and blah blah blah. And then I talk about, because he's from Chicago, and he's like, and then I'm like, I put mustard on a hot dog, and these fucking liberals aren't so fucking tolerant now, are they? And then like people laugh, and he's like, "Yeah, I thought I was being pretty punk rock with that joke, but we gotta listen to it. Actually, it's pretty funny.
It's
I can't even do justice to there's some funny shit in there.
I mean, look, if you tell Bobby like, look, watch this show, you're going to like it. He won't like it.
That's not true. That's not fucking true. Look.
But not only will he not like it, he'll do a 3-video series on his channel.
Look,
about why he doesn't like it.
I can name 3 shows right off the top of my head that I wasn't watching, and somebody said you need to watch it, you'll fucking love it, and they were dead on right, and I fucking love them. Game of Thrones, Robot Chicken,
Sex and the City.
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. And
Queer as folk.
I never watched that. I did watch Sex and the City.
Oh God, yeah, no, you gotta.
Do you like Better Call Saul?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man, dude, it's so good. It's Breaking Bad. It's Breaking Bad, just with different characters. It's that same like vibe. Well, it's got common characters, obviously, but
Right.
know.
So Adam on Nerd Rage Radio was like, "Oh, the new Joe Rogan special, his physical comedy is so good." And I was like, he was like, "It's the funniest thing I ever saw in my life." And I watched it, and I didn't fucking crack a smile the whole time, and I think it's because he said that.
Yeah, well, I agree. Like that Joe Rogan special is not that funny. Like it's interesting. Like it's like a lecture with a couple laughs.
Yeah, he yells at the people. He just yells at the audience. And then you called Dave Chappelle a genius.
I did.
And I was like, let me see some fucking genius. And I put it on, and I'm like, texting Bobby like 20 minutes in. Haven't laughed a bit.
Maybe. Well, first of all, you were probably whispering fucking backdraft during his jokes and not fucking paying attention.
Wait a second. Hold on. Did you say you texted Bobby? I find that really hard to believe.
Listen, Bobby gets like 1,000 texts from me every week.
You don't say.
It's the fact that like it's sometimes you know what I love about my text with, and we will do a text with Robert edition tonight. But you know what I love about the text with Robert is it's gotten to a point now where I don't even feel obligated to respond. Like I know he doesn't expect a response anymore.
Did you ever?
And yes, absolutely. But now, like, you just rattle off nonsense for like 4 or 5 different texts, and I'm like, he knows I'm not gonna fucking regard this shit.
You never respond.
I always respond. I don't always respond right away, but
you know what always gets a response?
What?
Yo, Bobby will snap right back. Yo.
Yeah, because you know why? You know what that is, Robert? And I gotta admit, man, that's some bullshit. Like, if that's like getting a page back in the day, it's like getting a page that said 911, and then you call them like immediately, and they're like, "What's going on?"
I just gotta make sure
you're
you're alive.
911. You tell me what the fuck is going on.
Yo, nothing.
Yeah.
I can imagine that shit too. Like young Bobby's like, "Dude, we're shooting The Wire. What are you doing paging me right now?"
There's plenty of times like I would be in the movie theater and I would get a page and they would say 911, 911, 911. I'd be like, oh my god! I'd like run out to the phone, like the payphone, dump my quarter in the payphone, and hit the number back, and then it's like,
it's me.
And I'm like, what's up, man? And they're like, what's up? And I'm like, what the fuck is up? I'm like, what are you up to, man? Dude, what are you fucking up to?
Oh man! All right. Speaking of
hold on. Speaking of Louis C.K., did you guys see Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah.
That shit was like it was funny, but it was so awkward because he's just like
the stand up.
No, well, like his monologue and like all that, like it was just so awkward. It was awesome. Like he's just so like not peppy. I don't know. You gotta watch it. Like he did some really like off color kind of shit that I kind of appreciated.
I loved his show, man. Like that one episode where he had to shit so bad and he couldn't find a place to shit and he was like running home with his family. Oh god, like they're like out and about in the city and he like all of a sudden has to shit. Like that is like one of my favorite things ever to watch. I watch it probably once a quarter. I'll just search it out on YouTube and have a lull.
There was a show I don't know, like a literal show. I think it was on maybe HBO or something. I can't remember the name of it. We only watched a couple episodes, and we were going to wait for it to, like, build up, because I think it's on currently. But he, like, owns a bar.
Cheers?
I guess, it's similar. I think they're kind of doing it as a fucked up Cheers.
It's Louis C.K.?
Yeah, it's Louis C.K.
Oh, no, I didn't know about it. I'll try to check it out.
He's, like, a bartender. He took the bar, like, it's his family bar, and... I'll find the name of it because I don't think I give a fuck about any of the news coming up. So, CK.
I was telling. I think I was telling Joe, or maybe I was talking to. I don't forget. But like that part in that Dave Chappelle bit where he was talking about the football players beating up women, and he was like, when he was saying like something about he was like what happened for that grown man to punch her in the face with all his strength? But there was something about saying with all his strength that I find funny, man. I don't know why. Like you can't just say punch him. Like you got to punch him in the face with all your strength. I don't know.
I need to watch those specials, man, but I don't want to scare my neighbors. So
the one is definitely better than the other, but they're both good. Like one is like a regular Dave Chappelle stand up, and the other one is like a
first one, I think.
And the other one is like a fucking work of art.
It's got to be the first one then, because I only saw the first one. Is it just they're both on Netflix?
Yeah.
I don't want to compare any of his stand-up at Saturday Night Live, but is it on par with like some of that shit that he had to say on Saturday Night Live?
Like he goes like he's like he goes in on everything. Like on the second one, he goes in on everything, and like like the transgender community is all upset with him because he made like a bunch of transgender jokes, but like like he just I think he's at a point in his career where he like doesn't give a shit. Yeah. And it's just, I also like, I've been talking about this special with people. Like, I don't know if this world right now with, like their Tumblr antics is fucking prepared to handle a Dave Chappelle type comedian.
You gonna do a podcast about it?
Maybe I will. Goddamn.
I can't find that shit, but now that I think about it, I think Steve Buscemi's on that show too.
Okay.
I like talking about it. I gotta find that.
All right, Matt's fucking triggered so bad he's vibrating in the corner somewhere. Come on, Matt, you there?
Trying to get a word in.
Matthew? He's just duct taped himself.
What do you think about anybody gonna get a fucking roleplay sword?
Matt is.
You know
probably.
It. You know
Entertainment Earth has a new listing for Transformers: The Last Night roleplay items.
Lightning bolt.
I'm gonna get a roleplay sword so I can run outside my house and start chasing neighbors, just so people are like, "This guy's fucking crazy." Stay away from his house.
Like I ran from him because he's a grown man and he came out in his underwear with a plastic sword. But I think he thinks that it's because of the power of the sword.
Underwear, Boba Fett helmet, Optimus Prime sword.
And when they start running, go and curl into a ball and start just like pretending you're going after them.
Just do like a super awkward somersault and then stand up again and do like another super awkward somersault and then stand up again.
Oh, that'd be so good.
All right,
Matthew, where are you?
I'm here to save the podcast. So it's called Horace and Pete, and it's Louis C.K. and Steve Buscemi are brothers that inherited the Spar, and the father is Pete Senior, who's played by Alan Alda, and he's a bartender now.
I might check that shit out tonight.
Yeah, we watched 2 episodes, and it's got Edie Falco, and a few other people. Let me see what the recurring cast it sticks out. It's a bunch of people that you've seen, like you'll recognize them.
Right.
I want to say Danny DeVito was on an episode too, but I might be wrong. There's a chick with Tourette's that hangs out at the bar. Like we watched the first couple episodes, and we were gonna wait for it to build up so we could like binge that shit. But it was fucking funny.
I'm gonna watch it. I might start it tonight.
Yes, that's 3 solid. That's 3 solid leads right there. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Pete, huh?
Horace and Pete. It shows on the Illegal Pirate Bay. Let's see what it actually shows on. Oh, it's a web series. So yeah.
Oh, so it's not on HBO.
No, it's not. I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Is it a pay for play?
Yeah, because that's how Louis C.K. like usually rolls. It's like everything through the website.
It's not pay for pay if you torrent their shit. Just don't say. There's 10 episodes of it.
Copy.
Yeah. Oh, that's just from last year. Fuck.
Aren't you ever afraid when you're torrenting something that you're going to download some super mega herpes virus to your computer?
No, I have 3 levels of protection, and oh my god, hold on, let me start over.
And you wear a condom.
Actually, I have 3 levels of protection, and I have a VPN. I don't expect you to know what that is.
That's a new thing.
Let me just say, I'm protected.
No, VPN's not a new thing. It's fucking been around forever.
I feel like
it stands for Virtual Private Network.
Yeah, I feel like it's becoming a very vogue thing now. Like I've heard, like I haven't heard about it ever. In the past 3 weeks, I've probably heard about it 30 times.
I pay my VPN and Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. They accept any form of payment.
Nice.
Are you wearing a top knot right now and a beard?
You can pay them and you can pay it in fucking gift cards. I don't know how this shit works, but you just send them the card number and you send them the bank code, and they credit your account like the money. I don't know. I don't ask. I don't tell.
So we're not going to get any word from Mr. Captain Hasbro about whether he's getting this sword.
He's not getting the sword.
I think he's getting the sword.
Where the fuck is Captain Hasbro?
I'm back.
Where is he?
What do you think about the role? You don't get the role play stuff, do you, Matt?
I used to, but I don't anymore.
Right.
He gets the fucking party streamers.
What about the sword? Yeah, but Matt, what if it's kind of like a replica sword? And it's nice
not.
and big?
Look at it.
What?
That's plastic, dude. That's not gonna be a replica.
It looks like a little sword
let's
I
say
had
it's...
when I was like 7, laid up and all that bullshit.
Okay, so it's really a toy sword. It's not like a fucking costume piece.
I would imagine.
Right.
Because they're making it sound like it's a fucking costume piece.
Did you look at the pictures, Robert? It's right there.
I looked at one of them. I didn't really feel the need to scroll. One picture. What fucking pictures?
The one picture there that shows that's a fucking toy, Robert. Jesus Christ. Way to host the show.
Host the shows.
You're so mean.
That's what Jon Stewart said when he was getting ready to interview Busta Rhymes. He was like, "Get this, his name is Busta Rhymes, and he's a rapper. That would be like if my name was Host of Shows."
All right. So Matt, do you have anything to say about this?
Nope.
All
Next.
right. TF5 TRU exclusive Hot Rod and Onslaught. It's kind of blurry.
Well,
Can't
we
make
were.
much out.
I think everyone was reaching for news this week.
Yeah. All right. Onslaught. Look at them leg gains. Solid.
Nice feet. He's got claw feet.
I didn't think they would be able to reuse the brawl mode, but sure enough they did.
Or there's a will, there's a way.
Matthew, you in on these?
Probably. I just gotta say clear pictures.
What happened? There's no Matthew quips. There's no Matthew jokes.
Matt sounds like a defeated.
Oh,
sounds like a defeated man.
Matt, you want to talk about Valvotron?
No, Valvotron.
What does that mean anyway? Like,
what, Valvotron?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know Valvoline, those little 15-minute oil change things you drive through. So if you upload your receipt, you're entered to win either a ticket to the world premiere, and the follow-up prizes are an exclusive Valvoline Transformers crossover called Valvotron.
Wow.
And I am up for an oil change in about 400 miles, and I'm going to Valvoline.
There you
And
go.
I'm going to enter this. And I might be the man on the red carpet. You never know.
Wonder what it transforms into. That's what I'm really curious of. They say it's 5.5 inches, but it looks like a headmaster.
An oil cap. Can. Oh, oil can or oil cap, either or.
Looks
like
neat. Matt, are you gonna try to get this?
I'd like to, yeah. That'd be pretty neat. I don't think we have a Valvoline around here, but it'd be cool to win the trip. I would love to go on the trip. I would definitely do that.
How far would you be willing to go to do this and enter the sweepstakes?
What do you mean?
Like, how far would you be willing to travel to go to a Valvoline?
I'm sure Little Rock has one, so it's about 20 miles, 20, 30 miles.
Right, but what if Little Rock didn't? What would be your cap?
Oh, nah, I'm good. I'm good past that.
Robert, you better follow this up with I have a Valvoline in my hotel room.
I have a Valvoline in my hotel room.
Dude, 5.5 inches tall.
Sounds like Robert may have that figure in his room too. That's all I'm saying.
Attention, parents. This toy is intended for children 3 years of age or and above.
Don't give it to that newborn.
Same advice goes for you, Robert, with that.
Well, to be fair, I think 5 is the average, so let's not give him too much credit.
All right.
Ages 3 and up.
Ages 3 and up. Takara Legends, Hot Rod, Cup, and Sharkticon.
These
Dude,
look good.
This is the first time I've really looked at this Sharkticon mold. Looks like he's wearing boxing gloves.
Oh, in robot mode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a piece of shit. We've got one. Damn, he's got a Unicron head going on. Look at his face. I just noticed that. He's got a mustache.
Yeah.
This is like shattered glass reverse. Upside down.
He's droopy nipples.
Yeah, dude, this is like 3/4 of a robot. Like, you ever notice how they don't show a back shot? They talk about fucking Megatron. Dude, this thing is literally 3/4 of a robot. The whole back is just empty.
Yikes.
Yeah. It weighs like nothing, and it's the size of a golf ball.
I like
in
them in shark mode. Their shark modes are good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then what are they? The Legend scale, Matt?
Yep.
So when you go ahead and get like the US Hasbro, and then Takara has their release, do you get both? Do you get the Takara as well?
On some of them, I do, yeah.
What about the Sharkticon? Are you going to go in on this?
Yep, I already pre-ordered 3 of them.
Wow, really? How much are they?
$29.99.
29, yeah, something like that.
Wow. How about this cup, huh? Do you guys
Yeah, I pre-ordered all 3 of them.
You guys have any problem with not being green?
Turquoise.
Well, it's not easy being green.
Why do you think they went with this color? Is this some reference I don't know?
Because he's dead.
The comics?
Yeah, I think
Maybe?
the comics were he was kind of a grayish color.
Yeah, I think these all look good for what they are. I think these look like if the Hasbro releases were 0, like that's the baseline, I think these are 8s, like on that scale. Like I think these all look great for what they are, and they have a Target Master. It's probably
Yeah,
the same
I'm glad they did the Target Master. That's pretty.
They
good.
changed the head sculpt. They remolded the arms and the head on Cup as well.
And these will have more paint too on them.
And the chest on Hot Rod also. So,
I pre-ordered all of them.
man, I might pre-order some of these too. Put them in the old retirement fund.
Well, I guess you want to retire when you're 80, right?
Yeah, you can get $5 more, like 2 years later for Takara's.
Sort of like a bond. Okay.
Yeah, I should have invested in that damn Genrai.
Oh,
Like
this color conversation is pretty heated in the comments.
Oh, TFW. Oh, this is my new stomping grounds. Let me get involved.
I'm just curious if there's any chance Cup might change from his hand-painted prototype to final product. Maybe they decided to just paint him grayscale and forgot to adjust digitally on screen. You know, all this arguing about what color Cup was and Headmasters could easily be solved with a color picker.
Man,
His
Richard
eyes,
McBeef, man.
chest, windshield are oversaturated blue. He's clearly gray.
Hey, Richard McBeefman said, I hope so. Otherwise, my pre-order is staying canceled.
I didn't know colorblind was in the Transformers fan community. Oh man, they're really going at it. Maybe like,
Man, which one of them's? Yeah.
look, people like Cloud Blue and Juniper Green, to be precise. Like they have like color palettes and everything else. Like, good grief.
Those fucking nerds.
Oh shit! I got breaking news.
You got a fart?
Nope. Transformers: The Last Night Deluxe Class Wave 3 Bumblebee instruction sheet leaked.
Whoa.
I've been muted this.
Oh, they got released up in Canada too. Some of the premier toys.
Oh, they're released on here too.
Oh, they have. Oh, okay.
There's a guy in the group, the cafe, that's got them for $30 and $50 a piece.
Are they giving them shit then?
No, people are like, "Oh, I wish I had the money." It's a guy that usually sells stuff. I think he paid extra to get them early or something.
Oh,
Somebody said he's clearly orange. Somebody said it's the fact that people define gray differently, and then this dude responded and said, "Yeah, I mean, I define gray as gray, and but he spelled GRAY for one and GREY for the other." Oh man,
Bell Pepper's cup is orange.
There's some funny, just side note, I'm not saying that guy's a fucking genius, but that's kind of funny. There are some funny people on TFW. You just have to weed through the threads. You can tell they pop in the middle and they just get their material out and then they get bored and they disappear.
Right.
But by the time any of us get in the thread, they're start looking at it, they're gone. But there's some funny people.
Justin,
Anyway.
You getting these?
No.
All right. Prime 1 Studio Shockwave statue.
This looks fucking amazing.
I'm not. You didn't ask me if I was getting any.
You're getting them. You said you were going to get them, put them in the retirement account.
Yeah, but I think that cup looks really good. I don't know what it is about the color, and I think it looks really good for what it is. These are the best looking ones I've seen so far. Anyway. Sorry.
Noted.
This fucking Shockwave looks fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start selling all my stuff and get into the statue game.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to dabble.
Oh boy, you're getting divorced.
Have you seen those Beast Wars ones? The Primal.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I mean, it's not for me, obviously, but just like the Shockwave isn't for me, but it's fucking gorgeous. They're all fucking great.
I need to get on that Joe KW savings and bonds.
No doubt.
Savings and loan. I need to diversify my bonds.
Dude, last time I spoke to him, he was like, "I think that's the direction I'm headed in collection-wise, 100%."
Just YouTube money, man.
Just yeah, he's getting all that YouTube money now. Just statues. Dude, the level of attention this shit is fucking insane.
Because that's all they do.
No, I understand that, Robert.
Is that how that works?
Do you get it though? I mean,
do you understand it?
Do you follow?
Man, I think we should get Joe KW on the show one time and get his opinion on some of these things.
Yeah, we should do a statue special. Robert, are you saying that? Except he doesn't do Transformer statues. It's the one thing he won't do.
Oh well, then he can't be on then.
What a creep.
Robert, are you saying that? What a creep. Are you saying this thing doesn't transform? Is that what you're saying?
It does if you drop it.
or have you just opened it? But I think this looks. I think I hate this design. I hate it. But I think this looks fucking.
I don't know. That design right there makes it look good.
How could you hate a design yet love how it looks?
I think that the statue does an impeccable job of capturing the design, which I think is stupid.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. No,
I think he can show his respect for something that it may not be for him, but damn, it looks fucking good. Right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Bobby can look at a set of pictures without writing piece of shit all over them.
Jerk.
Is basically what we're saying here.
What were you saying, Justin?
I was just gonna say it's you don't have to like the design to see that they captured it properly.
Right. It's this is good.
It's good.
Expensive too.
Am I in Crazy Town?
All right, Robert, that joke wore off fucking 3 weeks ago. Seriously.
How about this? Am I in Crazy Town?
I can't wait because we still haven't seen colored images of the Grimlock and Sharkticon, right?
I was just thinking about those, man. We've seen colors of the shark. No, we haven't. We haven't actually.
That's the one. That's the one that's going to be hard for me not to try to get my.
How much was they? Like 1,500?
You know what I'm going to look at? I'm going to look at Prime 1 Studios website and see if they run shit like Sideshow.
Oh boy, this is it, guys! Everyone, listeners, mark this moment.
Well, I think I think a couple of us, I know Bobby and I, and possibly Justin, maybe agreed when we saw that Sharkticon, like that would be good enough to put on our shelf. Like, like if it was just the Sharkticon, like we might could let it slide and put it up there.
Oh,
I wish I could be in one of those little agreement things.
Well, it was on the show, Matt. You can chime in anytime.
It looks like Sideshow sells them.
Like a distributor?
Yeah, but let me look through here. God damn.
Bobby Layaway Face.
See, man, like I might need to get it. I might need to be about this life.
Why don't you send me that link there, Bobby? And don't tell anybody.
Market dude.
I'll post it in the
No, send it to me in a private message.
I can't because I was on a different piece, but I'll post it in the drive. It's right there underneath it.
Listen to him. The endorphins are pumping. The dopamine's moving. He's in.
Oh man!
All right.
Hey, real quick, Matt, with those Takara Legends that we previously talked about, did those Target Masters come from anything else previously? Do you know?
They look like the yeah, they do. They look like oh shit, who was that?
MMC Artfire.
No. They do, Justin. I don't remember which deluxe figure. I'm looking around at my stuff and see if I see them.
Yeah, I don't recognize them. That's the only reason I ask.
Well, the one that Cup's holding, the one that Cup's holding looks really familiar, especially the leg parts. I don't remember. I'd have to look, man. But they do look like they're from a different.
Damn, Bobby.
Statues, man.
I bet this shit's hard for you. I'm going through Turtles, there's Harley Quinn.
I know.
Batman. Oh goddamn, $20.99.
Green Lantern.
Oh, how much?
Dude, this Arkham Harley that's up for pre-order.
I know. Oh my god.
Hey, check out that Serpentor one, man. Ooh.
Yeah, dude, I love those G.I. Joes, man.
And yes, you can pay in monthly payments.
Oh, they're done.
Bobby.
Can they go to English? Or can
you
guys hit it to English?
Yeah, if you use Chrome. Did you say? Oh my god! And it's got a Sideshow. It's a Sideshow exclusive. The Spider-Man 2099. If you get a chance, click on that one and then look at the photos with the mask pulled up.
I'm trying to find that one.
Man, if I had class, I'd fucking buy these.
That fucking Batgirl looks fucking amazing.
If
All
I
this
didn't-
shit.
I
can't find the Spider-Man one on Sideshow's website.
If I didn't bitch about these things so much to Kit about how expensive they were, I would fucking totally go in on these. But I'd be shooting myself in the fucking foot. I'm gonna put it in the G3. Hold on.
God damn.
I know. I'm sitting here biting my fucking nails.
Are we going to talk about Transformers?
All right, Matthew.
Hold on.
Well, we're done with talking about statues and all that shit. It's discussion. And anybody have anything they want to discuss, or should we?
Yeah, I want to discuss this goddamn statue, Bobby. I put it in the G3.
All right.
I think that we had the discussion at the beginning of the show this week.
I think so too.
Oh, we got listener questions. We got a new one from MP Collector. I didn't have the chance to add it to the drive.
All right,
I'll
read it off real quick. Stand by.
Well,
stand by.
We had one right before it too, I think. From
this one from Ryan. Did we do this one from Ryan?
No, I just added it this week. Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan says, I have a question for the group. Do you think TF collectors such as yourselves would be interested in the Hasbro design team releasing post G1 like RID, Armada, and beyond masterpiece style Transformers? Considering the technical constraints the U.S. teams are under, I think it would be cool to see what they could produce using the lessons they have learned from the movie lines, Generation Combiner Wars, Modern RID, and Titans Return without the shackles of a severely limited part count and paint. It would be great to hear everyone's thoughts on the subject. Thanks for your time, Ryan. Thanks for the question, Ryan.
Very considerate.
Yeah. Anyone want to go first? All right, I will go. I think that.
I don't understand the question.
Okay, so you know how Hasbro does the quote-unquote masterpiece-styled movie toys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if they were to do Masterpiece styled Transformers that were post G1? Yeah, I think that they would. I think that they would be successful. I'm out, but I think that they would be. I think that they would do well. I think it's stupid that they don't. But I don't think that they're interested in. I think they're interested in minimal effort for maximum profit. I don't think they're interested for maximum effort, maximum profit. That's the problem.
I honestly think that you're going to see this, but I think that you're going to see them all as excuses to release Optimus Primes.
Right. I think you're right. I think that's definitely feasible.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably do a good job. And like honestly, like where it comes to Primes, like I would consider picking up some of the various series Optimus Primes, like the RID Fire Truck Prime. Like I love that Prime. Like he's an awesome Optimus Prime. I'd totally pick up a Masterpiece version of him. Armada, not so sure, but like Cybertron, like that was a really cool toy. I would pick up a Cybertron.
That'd be a big
Prime.
one.
So
I'll pick up a. Sorry.
I was I'm right with Justin. I'd pick up the RID, especially if there was a Magnus with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would pick up the animated.
Yeah,
oh yeah, the Prime. I did the Prime one.
And the animated Prime would be so perfect for a Masterpiece because so often in animated he had like the full fire truck thing, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Be awesome
I pick up a Transformers Prime Masterpiece.
Oh yeah,
Prime.
Definitely. I pick up an RC or a Starscream.
I feel like we had this discussion before, but I'd be in for at least a Prime and a Megatron.
I'll be right back.
Maybe a Starscream and an Arachnid.
Yeah, I mean, and I definitely think like the stuff they've learned, like you could take that stuff. I mean, without the confines of, so you still have confines because you have to still have the alt mode of the character. Like you have to have the fire truck alt mode. You can't just throw that away in making your Masterpiece. But like that said, I think that since all those previous series, like at least the Armadas, RIDs, all that stuff, like the engineering has come so far that you can make like a truly interesting character if you gave it that MP quality.
You know what's really sad about the fandom though? If they put out a spot-on RID Optimus Prime and even Ultra Magnus with it, if they showed that right now, there'd be 50 people tripping over each other to go, it looks just like a remold of Inferno. It's a fire twalk. Anyway.
The one thing about the now I just lost my train of thought. It wasn't important. It's not important.
I thought you were Don. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No.
I was trying to interrupt Robert.
In the middle of saying something, I came up with something in my head, and then I forgot it. So it wasn't that important.
Sorry.
Oh, I remember what it was. Wasn't there a poll back when Star Saber was announced? Like right before that, wasn't Armada Prime on there?
They all were. All the majors.
Now his question is, it's Hasbro, but does he just mean Takara?
No, I think he means Hasbro specifically.
What? I mean, have they designed any?
Yeah, the movie ones. That's the point. Like they've done this. But that's what I'm saying. Like so like, Takara's been doing the G1 and now Beast Wars, but Hasbro kind of did these super intricate movie ones that are kind of considered masterpiece. So what if they took that sort of approach and did non-G1 stuff in that same vein?
See, I don't know.
It would be successful.
Yeah, he's saying U.S. teams. I hope they don't. Yeah, you're right. I really hope they fucking don't touch anything. Stay away. Stay in the Bayverse, shitface. Ugh.
Why don't... I mean, you wouldn't want them to...
What?
I don't know. I mean, do you think that... You wouldn't want them to tackle something like that, but at a masterpiece level, like, at a Hasbro masterpiece level.
I mean, just give me the wills.
If they charge like $50-$60 for it,
But they don't. I mean, they don't do that anymore.
Don't people regard those fucking things, like those movie ones, well, like highly?
Are they $60?
What? The movie masterpiece? That's just the leader figures fucking painted. The only people that really hold those to a super high standard are the people that have them. They're trying to sell them for $300 a piece.
I thought they were highly regarded. I didn't know.
Of course,
I don't think so.
I got the Starscream one.
Movie fans highly regard everything they can. They're grasping.
I would love.
I don't highly regard everything.
Where the fuck is RRR when you need them, huh? You know, has a Hasbro designer designed any masterpiece, anything? I mean, no. You know, I mean, so do we want them to take a stab at it? No. You know, at all, nothing. Don't touch anything. You know, just once in a while, every few years, bring in something that Takara did and sell it through Toys R Us and go fuck yourself.
The movie masterpiece, Starscream, and Bumblebee are just the leaders.
Right.
But from last year, I think, last week, wasn't it the guy that did MP10 did that Starscream, or was it the other guy? Either way, it was a masterpiece designer that did that Starscream, that leader mold. And that's a good, I mean, that's a objective. It's a good toy. Like, it's a good toy. It might not be your aesthetic, but like that leader mold is a really good, it's a fun figure. It does a lot of really cool stuff. The Bumblebee, I don't know. I never messed with the Bumblebee. It's not that Two-Face statue, but that fucking Dorito Starscream, it's a good figure, and like it's fun to fuck with, and it looks good for what it is. And to have a premium paint job on it, I'm sure. I've never actually held one of the movie masterpieces in hand, but I can only imagine to have a really good paint finish on it. It would be breathtaking if you're a fan of that. Anyway, that I was just interjecting that because I like that mold. I just wanted to say that's not a bad mold. It's the best movie mold, probably. That and that Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime.
So is he saying basically should they design their first masterpiece? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
but just not do G1.
Take a stab at it with Energon. You know, I want to see someone do a masterpiece Prime. You know, Transformers Prime. That's what I want to see. Not them, not Hasbro. Stay the fuck out of it.
I mean, that's the conversation is about Hasbro, right? So,
well, and to be fair, Hasbro's doing Titans Returns and Combiner Wars, and who's in charge of that project? But the masterpiece designer everybody loves.
Like, dude, I would love for Hasbro to do all of their major IPs that I'm interested in. Like, I don't need, ponies or, like $50 Play-Doh, but I would like for them to do all of their like major IPs at like a collector grade level and just make them available like in novelty shops and fucking online exclusives. Like, fucking sign me up. Like, you're gonna get a lot for your money because you don't have to pay import fees at the same level, and I'd be all about at least trying it. I think we're actually seeing that a bit with this Star Wars shit they got coming. Like they're having like I think $50 Star Wars pieces coming where they're like statues. Basically, they're on bases and they're 1/12 scale, and every base comes with one statue and room for 2 Black Series figures. So they have like the doors of Hoth like being blown open, and Darth Vader is like in a badass pose, and then it has room for like 2 Black Series stormtroopers to stand behind it. Like, I think that's smart. Well, I would love to see them do more stuff like that.
Didn't they do that with the Unleashed? Like, it was like Unleashed.
Yeah, they had Unleashed. They were still like a $20-$25 price point or something like that. But yeah, definitely. Yep.
Well, I see
from a higher level. Yep.
I've seen people buying those up and throwing the figure the whatever you want to call it, thing away, and then using that stand with their figure arts. Yep.
I've seen it too. I actually have a set of the steps that I'm trying to utilize from the one where like Vader's jumping down the steps.
I want that Han Solo. I want the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I got that too. But I can't. Like, anytime I have Han Solo and Chewbacca together, I just can't fuck with it. I gotta leave it alone.
I feel you, man.
But yeah, thanks for the question. Matt,
what about? Wait, Bobby.
I'm sorry.
I say something?
Yes.
I purchased Rouge 1 last night, and Scarlett was very excited to watch it with me. and Lisa was there. Belisa, my wife, the other Belisa, and I was like, "Want to watch this with us?" And she said, "Sure." And she wasn't paying attention. I said, "Are you gonna watch the movie?" She was, "I'm watching." And I said, "You know what? If you're not gonna fucking sit there and watch, I'm shutting it off." And I shut the fucking thing off.
There you go.
Would you have done that?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not crazy.
See, I don't have that problem, man. We watched Rogue One, into Doctor Strange, we watched 3 movies just in a marathon. No, we watched A Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, into Rogue One, into Doctor Strange, and it was just, that was our night.
Man,
I watched Rogue One and Doctor Strange this past week.
I watched a lot of Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, well, you fucking liberal. All 3 of those movies are solid. Just in case anyone,
Liberal.
you know Rogue One and Doctor Strange. Well, you know Rogue One's solid. Doctor Strange could have been not so good, but it was, and in my opinion, and that Harry Potter movie was pretty good.
I liked it. I liked that movie a lot, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah,
I think all those movies are really well done.
Oh, did you read the books?
I did not.
Oh, you know what? Get out of here with that bullshit. I've had it with that.
No, I'm not saying that judgmentally. No, because the movies captured the spirit well. I mean, the books had more depth to them, but the movies, they captured the spirit. But
next person that fucking tells me, like, if I say I like something, they're like, if you read the book is better. I'm gonna fucking cook a pancake right in front of them and smack the shit out of them. Right there, smack them in the fucking.
I didn't fucking ask.
I know, you didn't.
It's better.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah. Did you read it?
Did you see Thrawn on Rebels?
I have not yet.
Did you read the book? The book was better.
No doubt.
Matt, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you read the Harry Potter books?
Nope. I did not.
I didn't give a shit about it. At Christmas, all the Harry Potter movies were like $30 on Blu-ray, and Kit wanted it, so I bought it for her, and we watched them all.
That's funny. I got it from Jaina.
Yeah. Oh, I think I showed you the link.
Yep, I think you did.
Yeah, I'm hooking that kid up. The kid's gonna host me something eventually.
This is a totally, like, not off Transformers, but I mean, if you enjoy the Harry Potter movies, I would suggest to read the books, not because they're better. It just, if you enjoy that world, it gives you more because there's time for it, so you can actually experience more of what you enjoy.
Fuck books.
But fuck you, Bobby, and fuck you, Justin.
I feel like watching the movies gives me just enough of that world, so I'm good.
Yeah, me too. I actually, sometimes it's a bit too much of that world.
I also don't know what you have going on in your life, Robert,
Whoa.
but my life lacks free time, so I like things that get to the point and let me experience the world and be done with it. That's all I'm saying.
Start your own company, then you'll have more time.
So we got a question from MP Collector.
We do?
God damn, it's 27. It's 2018. Shit.
What?
All right. So. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Your military time. Were you just spouting military time?
Oh, no, I was just saying we've been on this show so long that it's the year 2018.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think Takara is reacting to when they make these decisions that ultimately redirect the Masterpiece line towards extreme animation accuracy? Yeah. Do you think it is purely a reaction to sales numbers? If yes, could Takara be taking the wrong lessons from its strong sales figures, or do you think Takara's designers are active on the interwebs and are responding to the animation over everything crowd on popular forums? I guess I asked the question because it seems like everyone loves MP Soundwave and MP10. Yet Takara is getting away from that, from what made those releases great. There must be a reason for that. I'd love to hear the SCU guys' thoughts on the matter. I honestly, I purely think it's just a change at the designer head. Like, I don't think it's any less, personally.
I like the discussion you and Greg had.
Yeah.
You went through designers. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And that's what I think. I think it's just a designer preference. Anybody else?
No, I think it's just all.
I think the way of business.
Yeah, like some new designer came along, or made an attempt, it was successful, and then they just said, okay, let's steer the whole ship in that direction. So
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's just a way of maybe cutting corners, or kind of just the way of doing business, like Bobby likes to say sometimes. And when I was thinking about that, with as far as like Inferno, and Ratchet and Ironhide and all that stuff looking, kind of plain, they don't have the details like the earlier releases do. I just think it's their way of cutting corners, and just still, maybe saying, covering up, saying, hey, we're gonna go looking for the tune aspect of it, but we're actually just trying to cut corners because we're not doing more detail like we used to.
It's funny you say that.
Saying that though. Because
I'm not sure I totally agree with that, but I don't. But let me say a way that I don't necessarily disagree with it either.
Oh, here's Bobby validating him.
If we were to say, like, look, maybe we're gonna crank out more a year because we're getting more masterpieces a year than we ever have.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe they're able to move quicker, having to put less detail in.
Okay, that's still cutting corners.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying. But it's like a 2-for-1. So it's like, look, we get to give them the tune look that they want.
No, yeah.
But we also get to save time and are able to put out more product. I think there might be something to that.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. I mean, I want them to put more out, and everything. But on the other hand, do you want them to sacrifice what they used to do? Like, that was, pretty good.
Well, some people do. That's
I mean, it's what you prefer. I mean, that's
preference.
fine. Your preference, and I love, from the beginning to the, till now, that's fine. But I'm just, just playing a little on the other side. Maybe I think that's why they're doing this. And then also last week I said, it could be the character also, because Inferno and Ironhide, they're just plain looking. On the cartoon that's what they look like, and I think when they go back to other people like Hound or Jazz or something, I don't think they're going to be like cartoon accurate like that. I think they're going to go like they did back in the earlier stages, because there's more detail in these in the masterpiece figures for them kind of characters. So I think I might be wrong. I don't know. Just my opinion.
When I say that's the equivalent of me putting the quarter on the arcade machine back in the 90s. Like, that's me getting.
Oh, at the little ledge.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
That Masterpiece Megatron, dude, that thing's cartoon accurate to a fault, some might say, and I don't think they cut corners with that. Like,
see, I would say that's not as cartoon accurate as, say, Shockwave. But that's one of the reasons why I think I like it a bit more.
I don't know. Let's save that shit for the special.
Fair enough.
Well, I can record now. I've been recording all night. I've been recording snippets, and everything's going through fine.
Lemony snippets?
Yeah, let's save this shit for the fucking the Patreon.
Patreon? Fucking assholes. Only an asshole at Patreon, a side special.
I can.
Am I right, Bobby?
I can record now, so. Oh, anyway, we'll talk about this.
Shockwave, like he is kind of a plain character. And Megatron, to a fault was kind of too in the cartoon, and everything. Yeah. But I think with what Megatron had to go through is just because of the transformation. Basically, I mean, that's what I think. The reason why it looks like that on the back and everything, and I mean, everybody knows that it's because of the transformation on stuff.
Sure.
But
and to be fair, it doesn't look that bad on the back.
No, I'm not saying. I'm excited. I'm happy and fly on shit. That I'm getting mine Thursday. Shout out to Henny. Damn. But I'm just saying, like I said, with some of the characters, I think if they go different, which we haven't heard anything what they're doing next, but I think with the different characters, they're going to go maybe step back and go to the old way. And then it's a designer thing too. Whoever designs the new ones, they may go a whole new route. Who knows? We just don't know yet.
Well, and if they do the rumor, we talked about this last week too, like if the Jazz prototype has been done forever, as people have said, or the Galvatron's been done forever, or all these other ones, then maybe, like, who designed it? Like, they might be.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
It might have been around long enough, and then people are going to say, well, this doesn't match
I'd be really interested to see this, this highly rumored
Devastator.
Devastator.
Hey, but just one thing, like, people are gonna bitch. It doesn't matter how fucking perfect it is. Like, somebody's gonna bitch. It's gonna be one way or the other, and that's why I think the people in this, I hate fandom sounds so stupid, and community, whatever. Like, you got to be better. You got to be good. You got to be better than those people that just shitpost and bitch all day. Like, they're gonna do different shit, and you're not gonna like it all. But I think the biggest disservice we can do to this product is shitposting about it.
I mean, do you think that anybody, all the collective, as a group, whatever, is going to be happy? I mean, does anybody shit on MP Soundwave? I mean, I've never seen anybody shit on.
I do not.
Yeah, Bobby shit on it for like a good half hour last week.
I love that review.
He said that there needs to be he was like, somebody needs to put a more cartoon accurate one. He's like, are you not going to buy it? And then he kept getting louder and like more aggressive every time he asked me. He's like, "Are you gonna buy it? You're not gonna buy it. You're not."
He was like,
"You're
I'm
not gonna buy this figure."
I'm not trying to trick you right now. I'm trying to trick you.
No, yeah, no.
I don't remember that part. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like so I had a Facebook message today from I don't know if he wants his name out there, but from a gentleman in the community.
Give us his name.
Well, hold on one second. Well, you
Shout
know what?
out, yes.
Make it rhyme it.
I will. I'll give you the name, but I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read the text. I don't think he would have a problem with me reading the text.
Put a little buh in front of it. Buh.
Okay, fine. Hold on one second. I just want to pull it up, so to
Pop
speak.
the bottomus.
Okay. So.
Meow.
It was from Badarin.
John Garinger.
Oh, my boy Badarin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that dude, man. That's a good
I do too.
dude.
So he said, man, he hit me up and he said, man, I really don't understand all the hate going around for Megatron.
He hit me up too. He was fishing. But anyway.
So I said, it's on both sides, my friend. It's the nature of the beast. And he said, yeah, it is. I don't hate the 3P ones as they serve a purpose of choice. They just didn't hit it what I was looking for in a Megatron until Takara came along. I said, I totally get that. It's just Takara's turn to be the victim. I remember when Despo was dropping and TAC folks were saying he's too stylized. He's not Megatron. It's just Takara's turn. The good news is next week it will be someone else's. And he said, you're right about that. All this hate and post of him just makes me scroll down. I'm tired of it. I said, it'll pass. And then I said, I'll help you with that on Monday because that's when the Dicka review posts. But yeah, like, I think that, like, it's just, there are, and we talked about this a bit at the beginning of the show, but, there's just, the conversation always gets more heated when all of the options are good. And the Megatron options, there's redeemable qualities about all. So, whichever one you bought, that's the one you're obviously going to feel is the no-brainer. But
what if I bought all of them though?
Well, I was just getting ready to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did.
And as a person that I didn't buy all of them, but I handled all of them. Like, I totally get all the redeemable qualities. I think it's really a thing about it comes down to preference. It's like the fucking Generation Toy Devastator and the Toy World Devastator. Like, it got really fucking heated, and the reason why I got heated is because both are good. So both people feel like there's no way that theirs could be the inferior, and that's because it comes down to preference.
Did somebody fart?
I did. You smell it?
I just don't get why people get up in arms about. It's like, it's not your design. It's not your. I mean, you paid for it. That's fine.
Because they paid for it. And
I paid for mine too. I mean,
right, no doubt, and it's good. So, but the problem is, it's good. It's not like for instance, Joe, right? Joe had the TFC Predaking, and I had the MMC Predaking, and Joe and I never got in any heated. Joe and I never got any heated discussion over which Predaking was better. You know why? Because it was clear that the TFC one sucked. Ooh. It's only when the options are good that the real venomous fucking posts and shit come out.
Interestingly, you can have a good debate, a friendly debate about the pros and cons.
If you can
it doesn't have to become venomous.
Yeah, you have to act like an adult, though. That's part of the problem.
But it would be a good, friendly conversation, engaging, in fact.
I agree. Go ahead, Justin.
I also was going to say, I don't think it's necessarily true that the claws don't come out when someone gets something that is clearly inferior, because, I mean, I think that the thing is that it's more noticeable when there is a closer gap between the quality of toys. But, like, you're always going to see people who are, I mean...
Yes, I agree, but it's just gonna be more. It's gonna be more prevalent.
Yes, exactly. It's more noticeable when everything is closer. But I mean, like take, I don't know, like it's a hard. It's not that hard of a comparison, I guess. But it's like, you know, when you see the people who, and no knocking you, Matt, because I know like this is not aimed towards you, but like someone who looks at like a Titan Return, you know, I don't know, Chrome Dome, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, like, bet you feel stupid now for buying code or whatever. Like, no, I don't, you know, like
right.
I mean, that exists, and I would definitely say that if you compare code to Titan's Return Chrome Dome, one of them, in my opinion, is like, I mean, it's good for what it is, but if you were gonna, you know, compare them as if they're the same
I know what you're
thing,
talking about.
One's a piece of crap and one's amazing, you know.
Well, see, I know the difference. You know, I mean,
exactly.
Right.
Like I said, Titan Returns, it plays its part for it because it's a $15 toy, and that's what I expect from a $15 toy.
Right.
Now, if Titan Returns cost what code cost, or code cost what, you know, whatever, you know, then that's a big no-no. I mean, that shouldn't happen.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I can see the difference.
That kind of reinforces the point. Like, I think it happens everywhere. Even like, I'm sure there's someone out there who is like, you know, my TFC Predaking's amazing, and you know the MMC one sucks ass because whatever. And it's like, you know, it's for the same reasons. Like, I mean, the people who defend Titan's Return and want to compare it to $100 toy, like that's their
that's blasphemy. You can't do that shit.
Right. And I agree, Justin. I definitely agree that exists. I just think that the reason why these particular ones get so out of hand and so fucking prolific.
Right. It's because it's so heated at this point. Like, they're so close, and nobody wants to feel like they made the wrong decision.
Right.
So I'm just saying it does exist outside of that vacuum.
Definitely.
It's worse now, right now.
Yeah, the insecurity is like, okay, I love what's in front of me. Someone is telling me that there's something better out there, and I don't want to accept that. You know, it's that simple.
It's a way of life.
It's, you know, it's almost the you know, it's like the old classic, like I'm putting you down to feel better about myself bit, you know.
Yeah, like wind beneath my wings.
Well, I think that happens so much too. Like, I don't understand the fandom, you know. Like, it's cool, like, you know, like for me, like, I think
how dare you don't agree with me.
Right. Like, Robert had posted a thing like a week or two ago about that MMC art fire that was coming out, and like, you know, there's a lot of big supporters of the Masterpiece Inferno, and he's a good toy, you know. Like, I have Inferno, I like it, but I still think the MMC one is better for my own set of reasons. But, you know, if you're happy, I'm happy, you know. Like, everybody should be happy.
Backdraft. Yeah, well, I was just getting ready to say, like, you know, like you're happy with Backdraft, I'm happy with Inferno, and Joe is happy with Make Toys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like,
oh, well, screw that.
You know, and like we'll have the conversation, like you know, but he's he's not G1, and Joe is like, exactly.
Yeah,
you know, like he's like you know, and like Joe and I have had that conversation, and it's fucking a healthy conversation because we fucking respect one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's like he's like, you know, he's the one that really brought that to my attention that I do have to agree with, because when I think of the G1. Like, when I think of G1 Prime,
mm-hmm.
I don't really think of him in the cartoon. Like, I kind of think of him as you see him in the movie, you know, the cartoon movie. I think of, like, some Studio Ox stuff. I think of, like, artists that have drawn him in a G1 style. You know, like, that's kind of what it's like this blend that appears in my mind's eye of what Optimus Prime is supposed to look like. But, like, if I look at the cartoon image of Inferno, like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, it's poorly drawn. It's not good. It's it's not supposed to be like a fine piece of.
I think of my grandfather.
So like, and I saw like while I'm happy with my masterpiece, I get where he's coming from. Where he's like, yeah, like I like the idea of the characterization of Inferno. I don't like how he looks in the cartoon because it was drawn by a fucking guy that was getting paid $8 an hour to fucking draw it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, like I mean,
well, fuck all you $8 guys. Mm-hmm.
And like I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, looking at that Inferno, like the MP mode, like that's the reason I like the MMC, like because it feels more on par where Masterpiece used to be, which is where I want my collection to be. You know, and that's what makes me happy. And if you are, you know, you like the cartoon aesthetics or whatever, like the lack of details and stuff, like that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that.
But is it fun though?
So Robert, stop sending me fucking text messages, man.
Okay, let's skip to text messages with Robert, and then we can get
All
out
right.
of here.
Well, can I just real quick? Can I throw Darren under the bus? Because I told him I was gonna fuck with him today, and I didn't tell him on what platform. So he hit you up about. I walked away for a minute, so I don't know where the conversation is now. But you mentioned he hit you up about Megatron. He hit me up. I'm assuming about the same time today.
Maybe.
And was like, yeah, I'm tired of all the hate. Yeah, and then he immediately started a shitpost in the cafe about fucking Dick. It was like just to get people riled up. He was like, I gotta let him know. And I was like, well, let him figure it out. And he deleted it. He's like, I'm gonna post it again. And I'm like, all right, well, let's fuck with it. Let's play it. So I was trying to play both sides, but he got busy at work. But anyway, yeah, I love that dude, man. He's a good dude.
So
Here's like that dude too.
I do.
Shout out to Hill Spurs,
and a very pleasant wife as well.
Whoa, well, not that comfortable.
So Robert, this is some text from Robert. He said, "I just left you. I just left you, son. Old man comment. You know, got a problem when you can't stop chuckling at your own corny joke." And I said, "Nice." And he said, "Why does my phone change my writing into a Russian accent? You know, got problem." And then I sent him a picture of the SH Figuarts Joker, and he says, "Yikes! Who came to dinner? Look, not LOL. I fucking give up." I have no idea what any of that means, so I just say LOL. And then he says, "I think if Scarlett brought a dude home looking like that, I'd immediately just stab him in the fucking neck." And I said, "As you should." And then he said, "Does his forehead tattoo say damaged or deranged?" And I said, "Damaged." And then he said, "Talking about something unrelated, Lisa said it's not like an acute pain." I replied, "Is it an ugly pain?" I said, "Ha ha ha." And then he sends me a picture of, then on Thursday, so that was Wednesday. On Thursday, he sends me a picture of just the gorilla face from Gorilla. I said, LOL. That was Thursday, right? On Saturday, he says, "Had a weird dream last night. Dreamt I had a pet."
Oh my god!
Dreamt I had a pet dolphin. It lived on the floor in my apartment. It died. And when it died, it shit everywhere. And I had to clean it up. I didn't care about my dolphin. Just that I had to clean up all the dead dolphin diarrhea. There was a lot, all caps. And then he says right after that, "Do you believe in dream interpretation?" If yes, be my guest. I'm at a loss. And I finally responded. I say, "I do, but have no clue." And he said, "I tell you one thing. I'm never letting Joe step into my house unless he's wearing a diaper." And I said, shaking my head. And then he said, "You asked for it," and sent me this crazy ass picture of Michael J. Fox, like looking extra crazy,
extra shaky.
So I said, "Ha ha ha," and he said, getting held, hold on to any new stuff." And then I said, "NECA Raphael is on the way," and he said, "Wow, I'm floored, so exciting." Next message, "I can hardly contain myself." Next message, "How can you sleep at night in anticipation?" And I said, "I'm pretty fucking excited about it, actually." And he said, "Me too. Fucking NECA, fucking Raph, fucking L." And I said, I said, seriously though, I'm more excited about this than I am any non-Fans Toys TF release. And he said, damn, may I be so bold as to inquire why? And then we talk about that I said, the Donatello has become one of my favorite pieces of my collection. And yes, very lonely. His shelf presence may be the strongest in my entire collection. And then he said, the one that scales with your Naboo canoe? And then he texts back again, the one that scales with your Naboo canoe? And then he texts again, the big one? And then he texts again, the one that can sit in the cockpit of your Naboo canoe? And I said, yeah. And he texts back, he's the reason you have extra shelves stacked on the side somewhere. And I said, he's in the comic book room standing on a Detox. And he said, you deserve a pat on the back or an intervention. And then he said, gonna need some security measures soon. And then he said, leave messages for Tom Hanks, which was funny. And he said he never saw Da Vinci Code. And I said when it first came out. And he said, well, that was the reference. I said, yeah, I get it. He said, mystery solved. We can close that case. I said, phew. And he said that was almost an X-File. So April 1st, he says, I was thinking. And I said, were you? And he texted back, yes. And I text back, good. And then he sends me a picture of Lenny.
Aww. That's sweet.
So, let's see here.
I love Lenny. You guys are
That'll be the callback. That's the callback right there. Watch.
So he says, let's see.
Go to my last message for today.
Wait. So he sends me a picture of his sister is visiting from England, and they're eating pizza. And he sends me a picture of the pizza, and then he sends me a picture of the calzone. And he said, and that's a skull face size calzone. And then he writes back, dumbass wearing a Puerto Rico shirt. Must be laundry day. And I said, that shit looks good. And then he sends me a picture of the fucking Iron Factory bad female riding a fucking unicorn. And then he sends a picture of like a mule, and it says you. And then he sends me another picture of a rainbow colored unicorn, and it says me. And then I said, I'm gonna save that picture for the cover, the backdrop cover this week. Then he says, I said, what the fuck is that? And he said, that's Beast Machine's battle unicorn being ridden by Iron Factory Nightbird. Then he sends me a picture of Caesar riding a horse from Planet of the Apes with my face photoshopped on it. And then he sends me a picture of a marmot and says 442. And I said, slow crawl, you need to put a turtle in there. And he said, nah, you got all the turtle power a man should have. I won't enable you. Nice try. Nope. And then he sends me a picture of Leonardo, but with hair like He-Man. And instead of the katana sword, it's like He-Man's sword. Then he says, again, my sister is visiting from England. Then he says, she stopped by our childhood church. Fun story about the church. It's the only church on the planet to be below street level and still get struck by lightning and burned to the ground.
It's true.
He said it was struck by lightning and burned to the ground twice. Damn, Bubba. Oh, so I haven't responded yet because I've been doing shit. Damn, Bubba, you busy bitch. In our
You are a busy bitch.
And I said, that's crazy. And then he said, too cool for Skullface. And then he sends me a bunch of pictures.
Too cool for Skullface.
And then he sends me a bunch of pictures of that swoop. And he says, pretty articulated, nice paint, nice sculpt, different transformation, checks a lot of boxes, Mac. And I said, you'll see. And then he comes back, I'll see your balls. That was Wednesday.
Can I,
Then
before we go on, how does Robert make any money? Like, do you?
I have no
do
idea.
anything?
I have no idea. Then he sends me a picture of Caesar with the white gorilla and says, you can stop polling podcast hosts. Maybe they recruited an abominable snowman. And then I said, that ape is white as fuck. And then he sends me a Force Awakens bad lip reading. See this yet? And I said, yes. And he said, my biggest complaint. So then he's talking about Megatron.
You like what I called them?
Wait, this was funny. He said, you know, my biggest complaint is so far, aside from the fact that shit paint is already scratched in the box. And he said, the bitch needs heel spurs. And I said, you can fold a piece out of the foot for extra stability. And he said, fucking dumb shit fold foot. And then I said, LOL. He said, this asshole is up there with the new Dave Chappelle special. And I said, get the fuck out of here. So he talks about the Dave Chappelle special. And then he said, he did a favor for me. And I said, thank you. And he said, thank your balls. Thank your balls. Hey, Bobby. Yes, sir. I got the plugs out. I got the plugs hour. Then he sends me out. My silencer has a large smudge of brown glue in it. And the glue took off a nice swath of the paint inside the barrel. Now, how the fuck am I supposed to display the gun barrel? You know I like to display my figures from the inside. So I said, LOL. And then he said, Bobby. And he sends me a Facebook thing. And I said, yo, he said, have you seen that yet? And I said, negative. He said, please do right now. It's like a bunch. It's like people holding guns with stupid clips and magazines. I just said, LOL. And he said, you need to look at the photo. They progress. My favorite is the little knife with the big knife and the hand grenade with the gasoline can. And then he sends me a picture of Luke Skywalker riding piggyback on Daisy Ridley, except my face has been photoshopped onto Daisy Ridley.
Well, he told me his favorite part was the Wolverine claws and slingshot.
I love that one too.
And then during the show that we're recording right now, he sent me a picture and said, he sent me a message and said, yo. And I didn't respond because he was trying to bag me on the yo shit again. So he sent me another picture of a man wearing a bikini holding like a dock, like a pier, like column for a dock. And then he sent me a picture of Lenny again.
With a purple beard.
With a purple beard.
You didn't cover all the Obi-Wan jokes.
I mean, I'm going through like so many. There's so many.
I sent Bobby like a dozen Helen Keller jokes with his Obi-Wan.
Those were good. Those were good. Were they through text? I will find
Yeah, they were text messages. I was sending him Helen Keller memes. I was using his Obi-Wan doll for Helen Keller joke memes.
Hold on, I will find those because that's a good thing to end with. Let's see.
What's Helen Keller's favorite color?
Wait.
Velcro?
Don't ruin it. I said one time he texted me and said, Bobby, ghost friend. And I said, I'm nerd raging, buddy. Sorry. And he said, your balls are nerd raging.
You know, does Robert ever go to court and they're like guilty, and he's like, your balls are guilty? I just feel like that happens.
Yes.
I hold you in contempt of court. I hold your balls in contempt of court.
You know he does.
And you know what? It works.
He sent me a picture of my Hot Toys Obi-Wan standing on the edge of a cliff and said, my luck may have turned. What a beautiful day for a walk. He said they want the okay to do chemo on his cat. And then he said, I got folding couch that'll do the trick for free.
Oh, because right. Did I mention this? I got a new couch recently. And it's a convertible couch.
Yesterday, I accidentally folded my convertible sofa with my one-eyed cat. All right, this is all this good Helen Keller shit. Let me just read some of this shit. So he sends me a bunch of memes that are all the blind Obi-Wan. And he said, let the hate flow through you, release your anger. What is Helen Keller's favorite color? Velcro. What is Helen Keller's favorite book? Around the Block in 80 Days. How did Helen Keller break her arm in the car trying to read stop sign? Why is all of Helen Keller's face burned? She was bobbing for French fries. And I said the stop sign one, LOL. And he said, it's the visual. The French fries gets me too. Bitch should get her man a little tin full of bobby pins. Am I right? And I said, LOL. He said, I think you got my text before the meme. Doesn't show that. And then he says another meme. Why did Helen Keller have yellow fingers from whispering sweet nothings in her boyfriend's ear? And then he says, yesterday I accidentally folded up my convertible sofa with my one-eyed cat in it. 3 hours. Surprisingly, she came out unscathed. It's true. I said, laughing my fucking ass off. And he said, this cat has some Bubba cat face luck. And then that was it. Oh, God damn it.
I'm sitting on the couch, right? Because she's still wearing the fucking, like, lampshade. Like, she's still post-surgery. And we're sitting on the couch, me and the baby, all right? And then we suddenly have to, like, we're watching a movie, so it's 2-3 hours, and you hear boom, 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 under the couch. And then Azalea's like, Franny! Franny!
Oh, God.
She was okay. She was okay.
As a note to everybody before the music kicks in, just be cautious about giving this dude your phone number.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you got my phone number, man. You got a fucking lifeline. You better call Robert D.
I ain't got your phone number, dickhead.
I get his phone number. I keep trying to delete it, and he keeps sending it to me anyway.
Hey, Matt, it goes like this.
Shardouts to third-party TF crashes at Fear Corps, IamRatchet.com, at Real Robot, and Open Your Toys podcast. The Cool Table Network, ROC Enter the Realm, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Beer and Bolters, Nerd Rage Radio, and 8 Weeks.
Don't forget Stasis Lock, Lenny.
You can find us at YouTube, iTunes, give us a 5-star review, it'll really help us out, Instagram, Facebook, and email us at shatteredcastonline@gmail.com. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, feel free to turn it off now.
Shut the fuck up, Chip.